Well, it's funny you say that because Demaris and I had a question. We were saying when we were at my apartment, it was like marry, fuck, kill, Drake, women fans, Drake, Kendrick, Cole.
Demaris answered it?
We agreed. We both agreed.
That's a no-brainer.
Wait, what do you mean we both agreed? What did you agree to in that question?
No worry now.
Maul, you ever feel like you need a little boost in the bedroom? I know I do. It's time you stop worrying about your performance and get Hims so you can feel confident knowing you can get hard and stay hard whenever you're in that mood. Start your free online visit today at hims.com/RoryMall.
That's HIMS.com/RoryMall for your personalized ED treatment options. HIMS.com/RoryMall. The products mentioned are chewable compound products which are not approved by or verified for safety or effectiveness by the FDA. Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Welcome back. Who is excited? We are getting closer and closer to White Jesus' birthday.
You excited?
I'm gonna do the podcast. Was it Advent calendar?
What?
That's what it is, right, Peach? Advent calendar. I used to have that as a kid.
Like where they had the chocolate in each day?
Yeah. And you just open a door each morning.
What's the podcast version of that?
List season? I don't know.
Yeah. Every day is a new list?
Pretty much, yes. Every day is a new list. But yes, I'm going to continue to annoy everyone. Every time we come back on an episode, I'm going to remind everyone that Christmas is upon us, and I'm excited.
Good. You should be excited.
Yeah. Maybe I'll go skating at Bryant Park. Who knows? Anything is possible.
They still have skating in Bryant Park?
Yeah, of course.
They still have woman rink in Central Park?
I don't know about Central Park, but they definitely do at Bryant. Yeah.
I'm sure they still have that Central Park one. That's like the main.
That was one of my favorites.
That's the one.
Yeah.
But then that got too crowded, and Bryant Park was like the B-side of that like no one really knew about yet. So
yeah, it looks crowded. Like they still do it at Central Park.
When was the last time you went ice skating?
I was about to say it's been years. I was gonna go maybe 2 years ago to Rockefeller Center.
I've never done that. I mean, I've obviously seen it, but I've never
That
skated.
shit was like standing on the subway
fun.
platform, bro.
Yeah.
It was like, all right, we can't even skate. Like, it's like everybody's just standing on ice, just standing.
Yeah. Yeah, that one's, it's too small and there's too many people. The tree is there. Yeah. That's way too
Woman
much.
rink, though, in Central Park. I like that one.
I do not envy people that actually work at 30 Rock during the holidays.
Yeah.
Like, just to get to work must be a fucking nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
Just walking around. But either way, maybe I'll try to skate at some point before the year is up. I've seen you play golf, so I don't really know how your skating is. But
oh no, I can skate.
You nice?
I can roller skate. I can ice skate. Yeah.
Maul Gretzky?
I mean, I never played hockey, but I can skate. I mean, just put me out there to punch somebody in the face whenever we need that. You know what I mean? Whenever.
Yeah, as long as you can stand on skates and get some type of fighting stance.
I got you. I can't play hockey though. I never played hockey.
Hockey is fun. I was thinking about putting Amara in hockey.
Really?
Yeah.
Like no softball, just hockey.
Trying to les her out.
Okay.
It's also like one of, if you research, it's one of like the earlier sports kids can do. Like, because the stick can hold them up.
Oh, okay.
It's like,
got you.
Not like full contact, like teach her how to throw the gloves off at age 3. But like one of the activities that you can do early
that makes sense.
before like soccer is ice hockey.
Yeah.
I think she would like that.
Yeah.
She seems like she has a personality.
You think she's going to be athletic or more like artistic?
I'm not sure yet. She does love to color already, but she's athletic as fuck.
Okay.
She kicks everything. Thinks she's a lefty.
Mm-hmm.
She already knows how to swing.
Okay.
So yeah, softball maybe.
She might be an activist.
You said an activist?
Yeah. Kicking and swinging already? Feminism
I didn't put those two
feminism
together.
is in great hands. The future's bright.
I mean, tennis is where the money is. If I'm trying to retire,
absolutely, for sure.
I could just be one of those overbearing fathers that just makes her fuck school.
You gotta move to
We're
Florida.
gonna do tennis every day.
You gotta move to Florida.
No, we got a tennis court in the bubble.
Nah, man,
You got to go to Compton.
Well, not that far, but Florida.
You have to start.
You can't start on a nice court. It has to be like...
Even
to be
Anna
gunshots in
Kournikova
the
started
background.
in Compton.
Yeah,
They all did.
Gunshots in the background, home invasions, things like that.
Well, how's everyone's week been? I know we've seen each other constantly, but
week is great.
I feel like there's one thing we haven't heard. Our 2 dream villains are still, it's been days, and they still look tired and hungover. Walking Demaris was taking a nap on the couch. She got home early last night.
She was trying to catch up on her dreams.
I did
On
not
the
get
dream
home
girl.
early last night. Why did you just make that up?
It wasn't that late, right?
It was 11 p.m. when I got home last
Oh, I
night.
went right to sleep.
You all went out last night?
You dipped out.
Oh yeah, I had
We got
shit
food.
to
We
do.
didn't go out. We just got food.
Oh.
11 p.m. Like that's a fair time to go to sleep.
No, I
get
didn't
your,
go
you get
to
your 8
sleep.
hours.
I got home at 11 p.m.
Wait, that photo of you smiling was from last night?
No, the photo of him smiling was from our first company dinner.
I was gonna say there's no way Rory wears a watch. I looked at the photo. I was like, he's got a watch on. When is this
wear
from?
a watch every now and then. Just not around you.
You steal?
You never wear a watch.
You steal?
No, I was just saying, like in the photo, I was like, Rory has a watch on. That's odd. And I said, this can't be from today because I figured you guys all went to dinner, and I was confused if that was from like last night or.
We went to dinner and then me and Sean, I dropped Sean off at his hotel. That turned into 2 hours of us being downstairs at the bar doing another bottle of wine.
Oh gosh, of
Oh,
course.
God.
Oh, was it the one that he wanted to go buy at the liquor
No,
store?
it was another one that we ended up going to the bar at
Gosh.
his hotel. It was a nice bar. And we sat there, we was just talking. I looked up, it was like 1:30 in the morning. I said, fam, I'm out of here, bro.
That's late for you.
Yeah,
Fam, I was
That's impressive.
And we went through a bottle of red wine.
Not me asleep, long asleep before Maul gets home.
Oh my God.
And Maul
dog.
was on his red wine bag last night at dinner.
Yo, but I mean, because I'll drink wine, but Sean is like, if
Yeah.
I'm hanging with Sean, it's like, all right, we about to do a bottle for sure.
and it's gonna be a bottle that's $600 that you
Yeah.
can't say no to.
Yeah, so
and
it's
it's
like,
like the
alright.
best red wine you've ever had. And
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, all right, I can't.
So we sat there
I
for
can't
like,
say no to this.
like 2.5 hours just talking and did a bottle of wine. So it was cool.
I feel bad, and for those that do listen to our show, and this isn't your first time, we've talked about our good friend Sean Dickerson for a while.
Powder puff.
I can't. I feel bad every time he comes to the city. Or last time I was in LA, I was there for a week. He was like, "Yo, why you ain't hit me?" Because I go to bed at 10.
That's why I
Like
hung out last
I
night.
feel bad. I can't hang
That's
with
it,
you anymore.
And that's
Like,
exactly why I hung out last night, because the last few times Sean has been here, he'll text me, hit me, and then last night he was like, yo, I don't even hit you no more. I'm like, all right, man, I don't want to become that guy. So that's why I made sure we hung out and we kicked it. But we had a cool night.
Well, that was our crazy night this week. Was a restaurant and then home.
Yeah.
These two, though, from what I understand, shut down the garden. Is
I
what I
can't
heard.
believe that was this week. It feels like it was so long ago.
Yeah.
Such a lifetime
It
ago.
almost feels like a dream, doesn't it?
It was
Yeah.
another dimension. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the OA.
when you think about it.
So we recorded on Monday, which everyone has heard that episode by now. But after that, I went home, ordered the J.Cole stream, which I found out I didn't really need to pay for because I bought the audio experience.
Okay.
I was happy those came together. I
It's a bundle.
saw people complaining that Cole was becoming a capitalist in everything that he fought against because he's charging everyone for his work, which to me is odd because that's
Yeah.
what you do.
For your art. Yeah.
Like that's what you do.
Mhm.
So I sat down, made myself some food, and I watched the stream from my couch.
hmm
These two, on the other hand, 34th Street shut down, police escort. Listen, y'all were so excited. Now you're dead quiet about this entire thing.
You don't have any questions? Like, what do you want us
It
to
was-
say?
I
It was
don't even know what to ask.
It was-
How was
You guys left it. You left here
Well,
excited, giddy, and then what happened?
Well, let's start. Okay, we'll start from we left here, went to mine. I made us a quick drink. We stopped by Whole Foods, bought some citrus, and then went to mine.
we were a real couple.
We were a real couple. We went grocery shopping. We had a drink at mine, and then she FaceTimed her mom. I said hi, and then we got on the train and went up to MSG. So that we get there.
Humble. You guys want to do the train, be with the people. 'Cause that's
Oh,
the only
yeah.
time that you guys would actually be with the common folk.
It's also the quickest way to get to 34th
Yeah,
Street.
you guys just felt like, no, let's go crazy. Let's just be with the regular folks and take the train.
They were a bunch of Cole fans like
A
on
lot.
the train with us too.
Yeah, it was fun. So we get to MSG, and Demaris does. I'm like neurotic with time. Like we got to get there on time. Everything's got to be that. So doors are at 7. We're there at 7:10, which obviously we didn't need to be there. So, but I was like, look,
They were still setting up the riser.
all the
Hold on,
guys.
hold on, whoa.
What? What?
Doors is at 7 and you got there at 7:10.
Mm-hmm.
People don't even do that for Knicks games.
Because I knew, because this is in my mind, and I'll explain why I'm glad we ended up getting there so early. In my mind, I was like, okay, everyone from LA, from New York, from North Carolina, like all the Dreamville extended family fiends are all going to be at the show. I want that extended time to hang out with them, like whether it be on the riser, like in the green room, whatever it is. I want that time to like have the downtime and talk. And like for us to just hang and get some drinks in, just like chill. I don't mind doing that for 2 hours before he hits the stage. So we get there. I know he's going on at 9:15. So we get there, crowd swell of like all the friends outside of Will Call, no tickets. And I was like, all right, well, they're still figuring it out. Let's go run it down. 45 minutes go by, no tickets. Demaris is like, I'm hungry. I'm out of here. I got to go.
Oh, I left him.
I'm going to go across the street. So then my anxiety is like, well, fuck, they're going to come down. Demaris is going to be gone. I'm going to have to like, so then I get all these texts from like all the guys like, bro, they're there. I don't know what to tell you. Like they had photos of my tickets being passed off. They were like, we don't know what to say. And it wasn't just me. It wasn't just ours. It was like a bunch of the guys. So then every 10, 15 minutes, they're bringing down like waves of tickets, handing them to a ticket office. And at this time, I've asked this guy 9 times, hey, is my name there? And he's like, knows me by this point. He's like, dude, I don't know what to tell you.
And then you're just that, and I've been that guy.
I looked like the
just
annoying.
lingering around the list line, like, you know you're actually legit and there is a real problem, but you're appearing to be that guy that is trying to sing his way into a list that he is not on.
And I'm trying
Always
my
an
best.
uncomfortable
I'm
feeling.
trying my best not to. I didn't call Boz. I didn't call like Maddie. I didn't call any of my guys because I was like, I'm sure they're dealing with so many other fires because I can also see everyone else in a panic around me. But I know we'll get in. It's just when. I don't. My thing at this point, because now it's 9 o'clock. We were there for 2 hours. Like, I'm not missing this fucking show, and I don't want to miss the first song. I'm already missed all the socializing, and all the drinks we had of mine are worn off. I'm pissed off now. I'm sober. So
looking at IG stories of the green room.
I'm
just a ball.
I'm hot, but I'm like keeping it in, and I'm only like complaining to like my friends, which we're all complaining. It's
Well,
not
Demaris
just me.
was texting me on the side, by the way, and I was just sending her photos of me marinating steak and being warm and cozy in my house.
Demaris did the right thing.
I was like, listen, man.
You send a picture of the stream on the TV?
I did.
Demaris, I will give Demaris for flowers. Obviously, like later in the night, we had a great blast, but like at that time, she knew like she just did her thing and just like stayed out of the way. Cause like if she came up to me and was like, so what's up? I wouldn't have like unloaded on her, but I would have been like fuming inside. So she just knew. She was like, I literally didn't see Demaris until. So it's 9:25. So Cole's already supposed to be out there, but he didn't go out yet. He was like a little late. What were you gonna say?
Maybe that's how I know Demaris is actually really my friend. Because she would have been cursing me out that entire time.
No, I wouldn't have.
She wouldn't have been on the side, like calm, like let him deal. She would be cursing me out.
No,
rightfully so,
not
though, if I'm bringing you a show.
Not in the moment, because there's certain people I trust to handle certain things. If you were 2 men that I didn't know, and it was like some guy trying to impress me, like, oh my, because I've had that happen before. That I would have just left. I don't do that. But what helped it a lot was that it was not just me and Julian standing in the lobby waiting for tickets, because that would have been crazy. There were like 60 of us.
At one point, it was so I found this out.
It was like a Dreamville family and friends reunion.
It was all the guys. It was like all my close friends. Like even like some of the artists couldn't even get, like they didn't have their tickets available either, which is like insane. So
I should have started like a
Cole's
lobby
engineer was out there with us. It was like, what has happened? So I knew it wasn't just like just my ticket thing. So
MSG gave Sean a pocket, which we talk about in this later Patreon episode coming up, but they gave Sean like a envelope full of like bands. Like he had mad bands up his arm, and then like they were like, yeah, but you need a ticket.
Bands and shit.
Yeah. They were like, you need a ticket. He was like, I don't.
His envelope was at will call. They handed him a ticket. It had 9 wristbands for his whole crew. And he gets to check in and they're like, where are your tickets? And he didn't have it. So then he had to wait with us, banded up. He just didn't have a ticket to get into the show.
And if Sean can't get in, I know I'm fine. Because Sean could quite literally get in anywhere.
So we're over 2 hours in. Over 2 hours in at this point. And my buddy comes running down. He just grabs it. He goes, I'm on the phone with him. He's like, I got you. We're running out right now. Eve just gave me this envelope. I'm coming down to you. We're not even going to try to figure out what happened to your tickets. Hands him to Demaris and I, and he stays to settle like everyone else that's still waiting. He goes, just go, because Cole's about to go up. As soon as we get in the building, like as soon as
we're walking to go in the door, and he starts performing
right inside to like the little VIP riser thing that we stood on for the whole night. As soon as we get up there, song 1 starts. And it was just like...
I made that call for you. I told Cole, listen, wait for them to walk in.
It was all the anxiety, everything just like...
We had Demaris' location and said, yo, she's...
All you got to do is say thank you.
She's going through the turnstile.
We held the show. We held the sold out Madison Square Garden, waiting for y'all to get in.
It was...
As soon as y'all walked in, lights went down.
A show like that though, and at one point I said this to Julian, I don't want, as grateful as I am for the access that we have because of the people that we know, a show like that, I would rather be in Gym Pop, because I was the loudest person on the riser. Mm-hmm. Everybody else is like, it's family and friends, so they cool. They're chilling, like they're enjoying the show, but they're like watching Cole. I'm screaming every single lyric.
We rapped the entire show
of my lungs, dancing, acting up. Like there's a video of Sleepy Hollow literally looking at me like I had 17 heads in the back. like just staring at me.
That's like the last name drop I would assume would be there. Like
No,
you guys
because
said,
it's
Joey Badass, that checks out, all that. I did not know you were next to Sleepy Hollow.
I think isn't he behind you in this video?
He's in the video.
Yeah, he's behind Demaris.
Staring at me like I have 17 heads. Everybody on that riser was looking at me like I had 17 heads.
Did you guys have any like political conversations?
About
what? Wasn't he one of the ones that went to the Bronx with Trump?
Sleepy Hollow. That's funny.
No, he had a shiesty on.
Was he mad at the George Bush dig that Cole has on whatever song that is? Only real Cole fans would know.
Fool me
Only
one time.
real Cole fans.
Only
It's like
real
a
Cole fans.
six-time platinum record.
I think it was the single.
Yeah. But we had, I mean, it was the best. And then after the show, there was a after party at the venue, which we did that. And then that was great. And then from there was the after party, but then Demaris had to leave.
Me and Julian like separated throughout the night because I ran into Rosie. Shout out to a friend of the show, Rosie. I ran into Rosie and I ended up at Pergola with Rosie.
Which is great.
I can't think of like, if you were to list an entire night of what I wouldn't want to do, I think you checked every box.
Yeah.
From
I ended up at Pergola.
From waiting for passes to Sleepy Hollow to Pergola. I think those would be my 3 no's on a
I met some nice North Carolinian gentlemen there. They were sweet. And then, we went to the after party and I did not know that Cole was there. I found that out the next day. But at that time I was cooked. I was no good to anybody.
If you and Cole had like crossed paths in that small club, what would have been your intro? Would you have even initiated it?
They were smoking hookah in there.
They were smoking hookah there.
They bring hookah everywhere. So they brought hookah. It's a club, actually. My friend owns it. It was on the Lower East Side. And they brought hookah in. So your in could have just been like, hey.
True fact. I taught Ebe and Cole how to
smoke some hookah.
You're welcome.
Really? I was so drunk.
Saying you're welcome is crazy.
To me?
Yeah. No, you're welcome. That would have never happened had I not taught them that 10 years ago.
So J.Cole how to smoke hookah?
I taught him and Ebe how to pack a hookah.
Ebe, that's like part of his culture. I don't know if you taught him how to pack.
I promise you, Aristotle was right there too. And like, I can promise you I did.
Teaching Cole how to pack hookah is crazy, man.
They knew how to put
like,
the tobacco in, and I actually forgot about that until he just said they had hookah there. That just sparked a memory in my brain. It wasn't so much, they were packing it too tight, too much shisha in there. And then they weren't putting the foil around the coal as well. No pun intended. Because they couldn't really get it to light. I was like, yo, you just put the coal around it. Rest is history. Look at his catalog now.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
It's all you.
Can't even imagine if you didn't know how to pack that.
Yeah.
I mean, would he written Forest Hills if he didn't?
No.
Wouldn't even see the garden. Wouldn't sniff it.
This was pre-born sinner, man. Like,
wouldn't sniff the garden. Never would have been there.
But
never would have made it.
So you would just get like a head nod. Yo, what's up?
I'd have smiled. I'd have head nodded and smiled.
Would you call him Jermaine? Maine?
No, I don't.
JJ?
That's disrespectful. Maine.
JJ.
I actually have a cousin Jermaine who I call Maine, but no.
Okay.
I would have just, head nodded him, but I didn't. I had to go upload.
A stranger head nodding you was crazy.
A girl head nodding you was crazy. Just imagine a girl you should look at a girl, she go, what the fuck is wrong with her?
Y'all think Cole don't know who I am?
Probably, but I don't know, in a dark club after performing.
Cole know you?
Performing every song without taking a fucking
Cole
breath.
know you?
yo,
I'm just asking.
Why are you bothering
I'm just
me?
asking, how does Cole know you?
Why are you bothering me?
All right,
I don't
man.
know if he does. I'm just saying I wouldn't assume.
Nah, you just say you think Cole don't know me. That's what you just said.
That's all I asked.
And then I asked, I said, Cole knows you?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay.
But I just asked. It was a question. Probably not.
Head nod though, right?
Yeah, head nod.
He would have
head nod the nigga that just sold out the garden is crazy.
Also, the amount of rapping he did on that stage without taking a fucking breath, he hit every single syllable word perfect.
Yeah,
it was such an amazing performance. After letting out all that oxygen and then walking into a club, dark club at that, he'd be like, Demaris.
Yeah.
I knew right away.
I never said that.
I knew you were here.
I just
I
said
knew you were there.
I knew you were here. I knew you were out there in the crowd.
He did Two-Face at the Garden, which is crazy.
Yeah, it was great.
That was nuts.
He did Simba at the Garden, was incredible.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed
Dollar in a Dream.
It was a really, really good show. And for someone that probably hasn't performed that stuff in 10 years.
Yeah.
Thoroughly. Yeah, I thought it was a really, really good show.
At the afters, I ended up leaving at like 3 a.m. I got home, got the spins, and threw up in my toilet and then passed out.
You left after 3. It was definitely after 3.
Whatever time it was.
Yeah.
I projectile vomited.
So that hookah and beer.
I had no hookah, but I had probably a lot of
Did you
tequila.
kiss that girl?
No,
How do you know?
because I didn't.
How do you know you didn't kiss her?
I didn't black out. I just threw up. I got the spins when I got home.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw him. He was,
This was at the after party. He was getting a little rhythm.
Nah.
Were you guys talking
okay,
B-sides?
my bad. I'm sorry. I'm running my mouth. My bad.
You know, like I told Demaris, I was like, I love these guys, but they don't really bring women out like that.
Because most of them are in
I know
committed relationships.
which I love because it's all the homies.
See, when I said it last week, y'all screamed me out the room
About what?
about Cole not bringing out no chicks at the shows. Y'all
No, not at the show.
He brings out
that's different.
That's
women.
different.
Talk
Talking
about
about
like
like in the intimate after settings.
They don't bring the hoes
Yeah.
through.
And when I say women, I'm
That's
saying
the
hoes.
difference.
So if it's an after party for my show and it's bad chicks at the show, where's the disconnect?
No, it's
at?
not because they're not. That was a super intimate. That wasn't a you can just get in after party. Like Eve was handing out.
There was a wristband for the party.
Yeah, like it was that type of thing.
that they gave us at MSG, and then we like
But
took
who's
the carpool.
handing out the wristbands to who though?
somebody in a committed relationship.
This is how small the after party was. Those wristbands for the after party were handed out at the initial after party at MSG.
So everybody that was at the original after party didn't even get a wristband. It was
Yes.
like super. It was not that many
Just for
people
them.
in there. It was
Oh yeah, it's a disconnect.
and the club wasn't even open. It wasn't publicly open. It was closed for the night. So it was literally just them, like the crew.
but no beautiful women.
Well, it's funny you say that because Demaris and I had a question we were saying when we were at my apartment. It was like, marry, fuck, kill, Drake, women fans, Drake, Kendrick, Cole.
Demaris answered it?
We agreed. We both agreed.
that's a
Okay,
no
wait,
brainer.
wait,
That's the
wait,
most
wait.
no
What do you mean
brainer
the
ass
room?
question.
Wait, what do you mean we both agreed? What did you agree to in that
Well,
question?
I want to hear your answers first. We have a very.
What do you mean you want to hit
I
my
have
answers?
my answer immediately.
That's
I didn't
the
even have
most
to
And I
think
think
about it.
he's on our side.
But because of the perception of this podcast, I don't want to really say it.
See, all right.
Exactly.
There you
Because it's
go.
going to come off as hate, and it's not hate.
We're
Wait,
not-
wait,
but I
only have these options.
wait.
There's
Everybody
only
slow
options
down.
I have
Everybody slow down. What are we talking about right now?
Fuck, Marry,
Marry,
kill,
kill.
Drake, Kendrick,
You're
Cole,
asking me-
women
The
fans.
women.
Oh, I'm about to
fans,
say,
not them, not
That's
them.
what, like, listen, yeah, the
I don't
female
agree.
fans
Why
of
would we
the
want to talk about
artist.
fucking or
I'm not
marrying or
fucking
killing
a
them?
rapper.
That's why I'm trying to understand what y'all. That's why I said slow down so I can understand what y'all are talking
no.
about.
No.
Cole is tall.
So you saying what
All
women
right.
what women fans would say?
Yes. Which women fans of the three would you fuck, marry, kill?
Okay.
All right. So did you answer that?
Yeah,
We both
answer.
did. We had the same
Y'all need
answer.
to answer.
You
I'll
guys-
That's
answer
the
it
easiest
now.
question.
I'm sorry to some people on the West Coast that are very sensitive and you can't say
kill 'em.
anything bad without everyone thinking that people hate the West Coast. I would marry Cole fans. I would fuck Drake fans. And I would kill Kendrick fans.
I feel
Clip
like,
it.
I feel like that's a no-brainer.
Maul, you're up.
That's probably the same.
We had the same answer.
That's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
We had the
Is there
same.
like another option where I don't have
Except
to
if
murder
you live on the
women?
West Coast. If you
'Cause
live on the West
I don't want to
Coast.
be responsible for murdering women.
You don't kill
So-
them. It's a hypothetical.
Like maybe just send a nice text to say, hey, this isn't working out instead of killing.
Okay, cool. Ghosting. Fuck, marry, ghost.
Fuck, marry, ghost. Yeah.
Fuck Mary Ghost.
But I feel like there's so much crossover between all three of those fan bases. So
Yeah.
There are, but in the spirit of polarizing and choosing sides, why not? Do we want to explain why we feel that
Well,
way?
the reason how this conversation happened.
not entirely,
Do we
but
want to
it's a
explain
podcast, so
why?
why not?
The reason why we had this conversation, it wasn't at your house. We were actually in line while we were waiting for the tickets to come down.
right.
And I looked around and I was like,
Yeah.
somebody told me I look like a J.Cole fan and I wanted to get
You do.
I wanted to get offended, but I couldn't because I looked around and saw a bunch of me's.
They were literally all Demaris
Cole
surrounding
has
us.
a lot of pretty women fans. A lot.
Well, so then
he
we
brings
had
them
the,
out.
We had the conversation
But
after
at the
that.
after party, the whole crew's married. So, and it's a 10-year anniversary. They're going to be there with their wives.
Wives, yeah, they don't want no bitches around.
Yeah. I can see that for sure. But Cole brings them out. Absolutely. I've been to countless Cole shows. Even Dreamville Fest, they're there.
Okay, so why would we marry Cole fans, fuck Drake fans, and ghost Kendrick fans?
I think I'm ready to switch though, because I've been to a couple Drake shows. There was some bad bitches there.
There's a bunch of bad bitches.
Well,
There's
yeah,
a bunch of nobody would ever fight you. on
I've
that.
been to Kendrick shows and there's bad bitches.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
So what are you going to switch? You want to marry the Drake fans?
I think I saw 2 girls at a Drake show that I probably would have married.
Mm.
As Cole would say.
Only been to
don't
one
save them.
Kendrick.
They don't want to be saved.
Only been to one Kendrick show, and we was in the suite together. So I ain't
Oh,
really-
yeah.
I couldn't really see what was in the crowd.
Yeah, you're right. We couldn't. But I've been to Kendrick shows where they're there. There is a lot of crossover between Cole fans and Kendrick fans. That's why it's kind of an unfair question. But if someone has to die, I mean, it's
We literally changed it to ghost and you're still trying to kill them.
it's going to be the Keem fans.
The key.
Yeah. Any chick that did, yeah, I'd be like, all right,
Peach, clip
can't
it.
be here.
Let them say he's glazing for
But
once.
the crazy thing is,
What am I glazing?
I don't know. Same thing they said I was glazing.
On the west side,
Pretty Cole fans? Yeah, I'll glaze those.
if we were to call a dude from the west side, he would say marry Kendrick.
I don't
Probably.
believe that.
I do.
I know some of them. They don't say that.
They definitely don't.
Nah.
I'm telling you they don't. I'm telling you they do not.
I know some. I can't say it. I can't say what. Yeah.
I know. I don't know. I feel like the guys I know from the west side, like the around the way guys I know from the west side, they would marry a Kendrick fan.
No way, man.
A
Who you think they go
female
with?
friend.
Marry?
Yeah, what would 6-0 go with?
Drake fans.
Marry?
Yeah.
Like if she had to, and I'm not just talking about the casual Drake fan. I'm like, if she had to stand an artist and the artist she stands, the way that I stand Cole was Drake.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna add some stipulations. What type of Drake fan are we talking?
You know.
Because I think that's unfair. Because Cole and Drake came out when I was in college, and it was a lot of college women
Yeah.
that liked
Current-
them because they were rapping about college shit and it was
Current Drake.
relatable. And a lot of those women went on to be amazing career women, beautiful, wifey material. But then Drake took this crazy pivot of super fucking stardom where all the club rats started loving him too. So there is a balance
So
of
you
Drake.
think, you think the day ones are not there?
I think they are, but I'm not sure. Is that who we're talking about, or are we talking about the whores? And there's nothing wrong with whore fans.
Put it like this.
They buy tickets too.
These kind of Drake fans.
What's wrong with these two? Don't do that. You don't,
Don't
even know
do
these two.
that.
I'm just saying, like that
You
era.
would sleep with both of those girls.
That's why that in the hypothetical, yes, that's what I said. I would fuck them. That checks out. No, but I'm saying,
You wouldn't want to marry them?
nah.
Aren't they?
You don't even know
they have
them.
careers
They're
or
probably
something?
like 19.
I don't even know who that is.
They probably
They're
are
just
like
two
19.
TikTokers that he got for this video. But my point is this
Okay,
era,
so-
I'm bringing them up to say this era of Drake fan, not the college ones that you're talking about.
Okay, well then I think that's a little unfair, but
Morgan Wallen fans. Peach. He is?
Yeah, he's in the beginning at the dinner scene.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, this
Is it
him.
Morgan Wallen like a racist?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, cool.
he makes country.
Peach said he's misunderstood. So what was everyone's favorite part of the night?
Love yours?
Nah, get off my dick. But I knew that was when I cried. And I have myself on video crying too.
That's
You
a wild
cried to
song
get
to
off
cry
my
to.
dick?
I cried to get off my dick.
Yo, what are you going through? Are you okay?
No.
Get off my dick. It made you cry?
It's not the song, it's the fact that that's one of my favorite J. Cole songs. It's definitely my favorite on that album. Like that's my favorite J. Cole song. And I've never heard him perform it live. So
All right, but the tears. Why the tears, though?
because I was happy.
They're happy tears.
Listen, you shouldn't judge because you were the polar opposite when I've been on a riser with you. I think
I'm looking at
there
the
should be
show.
somewhere in the middle. You guys are the polar opposites of each other. Crying at Get Off My Dick is hilarious, but also standing stoic while amazing things are happening right in front of your face on a riser should like bring some type of emotion.
I'm watching the show.
Yeah, but like
Like,
at
am I
least
supposed to
raise
be-
an eyebrow.
Am I supposed to be jumping up and down while
Take your
somebody's
hat off.
performing? Like,
Yes. Especially when Get Off My Dick plays.
fuck no.
That was probably
He literally says from the window to the wall. You should have went from window to wall.
You got a point.
Wait, which window is
I
the
have
garden?
never pointed
You
from
have
the
to
window
point
to the wall
and
a
then
day
the
in my
wall.
fucking life. bro.
then-
Never
and then you
pointed
have-
to
From
you
the
have to
window
skeet,
to the
skeet,
wall.
skeet.
Not even on the
You
Lil
think-
Jon.
you think I've
never
done that?
pointed to the wall?
No, I've never done that.
That's
From the
cap.
window to the wall.
How old were you? When
First of
that
all, there's
song
no
came out?
windows in MSG. Let's start there. Like,
There's skyboxes.
what were you pointing at?
There's glass.
You was pointing at Patrick Ewing's jersey, and then you pointed at fucking the Stanley Cup, the Rangers
I
Stanley
was
Cup
pointing at
flag.
banners.
Yeah, you pointed at banners.
Yeah.
That shit was so packed that it felt small. If
Yeah,
that
it
makes
did.
sense.
It was intimate.
It felt very small because I went and we saw SZA, or we didn't, but I saw SZA at the Garden. I saw Janet at the Garden. Recently, I've been to a couple shows at the Garden, but it felt small. I don't know. It's hard to explain. Like that shit was packed.
Yeah. Saw a lot of great artists, basketball players. It was just like a mixture of just like
Yeah,
good
it was some players in
people.
there.
Christ.
No, that's good, man. I'm glad you had a.
And it obviously solidifies that Cole is the best rapper out of New York. He is a New York rapper,
Definitely King of New York.
king of New York.
We've had this conversation on the
Wait,
pod
what?
before, and after MSG, I saw Twitter taking.
Why are you
to this
trying to
point-
talk over me? Don't do that.
Because I'm explaining it to you.
Let's address that.
I'm
Let's
trying to
unpack
explain
that.
to you.
Do you think J. Cole's the king of New York?
The King of New York is crazy. I've said for I have said for years, though, that we claim Cole. Cole, we can claim, I feel.
No, we can't. Because
Why
he went
not?
to St. John's?
His entire career
Was in New York.
is here.
He doesn't claim New York.
His
Yes, he
entire
does.
team is from
He
Queens.
does not claim New York.
Yeah,
He doesn't claim that he's
J.
from
Cole
New York. but
claims
he
New
claims-
York?
He
Sort of,
reps
yeah.
New York. He reps Queens so hard. He always has.
He even
That's
says
not
in
new.
January 28th. Doesn't
Yes,
he even
he-
say, yeah, I said, son, I'm from New York. Like
Yeah.
his life really started here as far as his career and adulthood.
Yeah.
I don't know if Cole reps.
He records a lot here.
He
Mostly here.
he,
He's
definitely
he
spent
mentions
a lot of
Queens in
time
damn
in
near
New
every
York, but-
song. Like he really fucks with. He's always been like that.
And like he wasn't an artist that moved to New York and then went to Greenpoint or Williamsburg or lived in Turtle Bay. Like he lived in Jamaica, Queens for most of his life. I think that we can claim him.
And he still lives here.
He still live here.
Only rapper in New York that stayed, including the ones that were born here.
So why he ain't do a festival here?
Well, I mean, he's hometown versus where you like become an artist are two different things.
And on top of that, why
His
wouldn't he
roots
bring
are there, but his
Yeah.
artistry and like the beginning of his career is New York.
And not even just that, why would you bring New York has so much.
Yeah.
Where he's from doesn't have shit. So yeah, I'm gonna bring back to my hometown.
Which isn't even his
Some-
hometown, by the way.
Well, it's
It's a
near
completely
enough.
different city.
I know,
enough.
but it's close enough.
He's not gonna do a festival.
It's actually not that close at all.
It's in the state.
It's like 2 hours away. But it's like, let me bring something down here because they don't really have shit down here.
Yeah.
Why would I bring something to New York? New York has everything. That's not fair. I respect what he
That's
did
an
with that.
hour away. That's not bad at all.
I don't think it's crazy for us to claim Cole.
I just feel like if
Because the South don't claim him because he doesn't rap like a Southern rapper. He raps like a New York rapper.
I don't do that because there's rappers in the South that rap like New York rappers.
I
It's
think
like
it's less
rap.
about his voice and tone and lyrics. I think it's just literally about where he stays, like where his career flourished, where he became
Like him performing
J. Cole.
Simba, which is one of his first records ever before signed anything. To say, I wrote this in Jamaica, Queens, like a lot of his career is just based off where he was, how he raps, his entire crew to this day. He's just surrounded by a bunch of Queens guys. I feel like
I don't know.
if Khaled is allowed to say he's from Miami, Cole can claim New York. Same exact situation. They made their bones and career in that city. They defined their sound from that city. They are that city. But Khaled is from New Orleans, born and raised. Doesn't even talk about it. Says he's from the 305. And no one cares because he did so much for Miami and really made his career there. DJ Drama, reps Philly for sure. If you ask him where you're from, he would say Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, no matter what. But he's from Atlanta.
He's Atlanta. Yeah.
I think Drama, Atlanta, Philly is the same with Cole in North Carolina and Queens.
I don't know. I think more people identify Cole with being from Carolina though, like repping Carolina.
Sure,
Well, he
because he
definitely
does.
reps- yeah.
Like people
I'm not
outside,
saying he's like false
people
flagging out
outside
here
of
and
New
being like,
York,
yo, I'm
people
from New York
outside of
City.
New York would never say that like he's New York. They would never say that.
But fair, but if you look at his career, I think at this point, it is safe to say it wasn't like a phase where he was 2 years out of college and was just staying in New York because that's where he was, and the Rock Nation office was here, and then the whole industry moved to LA and he went to LA. He has stayed in Queens since he's been in St. John's.
Yeah. King of New York.
I'm not
King
gonna
of New York is wild.
Not gonna
as
go
fuck.
that far, but
We
Who is the
were
King of New
joking
York?
about that, but
Not Jermaine.
Jay is
Nicki
still
Minaj?
Jay is still the king of New York.
I'm talking about like of current, like now.
Well, but me and you had
Sleepy
this
Hollow,
conversation.
y'all was
A
just
king has to die for the new king to be crowned. Jay is still very much
That
kicking
how-
and alive. Yeah, that's how kingdom gets passed down. The king has to die, and then the crown gets passed down.
Not
I
necessarily.
don't know that works that way.
They had every single legend crown Kendrick the king of LA. They were all there. They put the shit on his neck.
Who's the king of the South? T.I. said he was.
I was literally about to say
I was gonna
I
say-
can only think T.I.
So-
Yeah,
Claim.
because he was the most
But-
vocal about
but
it.
he proved it afterwards.
I really feel like
Is
it's
he still the king because he hasn't? Like,
It's
I don't want
Future.
to even put that in the air, but because he's still alive,
The
is he
king-
still the king?
It's future.
But T.I. still alive.
You said that like Glorilla.
Yes, it's it's future.
It's future. It's
Furniture.
It's furniture. It's furniture.
It's
Furniture.
It's furniture.
Yeah.
So is Snoop still the king of LA?
No, Kendrick is now the king of
But
LA.
like,
All right, so
they
you guys
did
are going
that.
against your exact point then.
Yeah, that's why I brought it up.
Nah, but for New York, you got to die though.
Jay-Z live in LA.
So who more New York, Cole or Jay? I'm just saying, you feel me? Like,
what are you saying, man? We just be saying anything.
Hov from Trenton, man. I don't know.
Oh my God, dog. See, this is it's why they got to cut the mics off.
But I don't think we have a current active, like, y'all would have to give it to fucking Cash Cobain then. Who the fuck is active in New York right now? Who's active in New York right now? Come up with it since you got answers.
She's bringing up a pretty good point of
that's okay. There's no current
the
young
people
kid.
that would be labeled king are not retired per se, but are not as active as usual. Nicki might be the most active of the older legends. If you go down to the young kids, yeah, it's tough to say who quote unquote would be the king. I think at one point for the younger kids, A Boogie held that, but I feel like he's been a little unactive lately. Would it be Cash Cobain for the last 2 years?
Ice Spice.
So then who is it?
Ice
What's your
Spice.
opinion?
It definitely would have been popular.
It would have
for
been
sure.
pop, yeah.
First of all, what is the criteria for crowning somebody king of a city?
The person
just
that's
get a
running
podcast
the
mic
city.
and say it.
Okay.
Yeah, right. Somebody that's running the city musically. Who, if
Yeah.
you go out, you can't not hear them.
I think that's unfair to
If
put
they
king
come-
though on someone that just like had a good 2 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm
King,
saying.
I feel like you have to be 10 years in minimum.
I don't feel like 10. I feel like 5. 5 minimum. In this day and age,
In this
5.
day and age, 5 is good.
5 continually, like you're successful all 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah, I
And
don't-
you're 5 albums, 5 years, or like 2 albums, 5 years. What are we talking here?
3 albums, 5 years.
Okay. In this day and age, I wouldn't be mad at that with how quick shit comes and goes. That's a long career in this day and age. But who has done that? That's been dominating. People have made good music in New York for the last 5 years. with
I mean, it
singles
would
and
have to
shit,
be Jay, Nas, and Nicki, as far as I'm concerned.
but- Yeah, Nas has been the most active, actually. I take it back.
That's what I'm saying. Like, who's my king? Well, we know why Cole can't be king of New York, but
No, I'm not saying in any way Cole can be king of New York. I'm just
We
saying
were
I think
joking.
we can claim him at this point.
okay. I'm not mad at that. But people outside of New York would never say that. I think that's a New
No.
York thing because we know he's been.
Now, if we were to do
Here.
top 5 New York rappers or top 10 or whatever, I don't think Cole would be allowed to be on the board. But
This is what I'm saying. So how can we claim him? You can't even put him on the top 10 rappers out of New York right now list.
Because he's not from New York.
yeah, that'd be
So that's what I'm
rappers
saying.
from
So
New
how
York.
can we claim him if we can't even, if we put a list together right now, top 10 rappers from New York, out of
Because
New
he's
York
not
City.
Okay.
from
The
New
from
York,
is
but we
Okay,
can
top
still
10
claim
rappers
him.
in New York. You can't put Cole
I would
on
say
that list.
if the
here.
average hip hop fan, let me not say average, above average hip hop fan, if you ask them their favorite New York producers ever, or producers that define the New York sound, they would say DJ Premier, right?
Most people, yeah.
Where's DJ Premier from?
Texas.
Most people don't even fucking know that. They think he's New York. I was like 20 when I found out he wasn't from New York City.
Mhm.
I just assumed he was Brooklyn through and through. I think Cole is similar in that regard too. His sound is very much New York. He is defined by it now. Lived here most of his life. Him and DJ Premier, I think, are similar there.
I just don't know if I've ever seen J. Cole say, "Yo, I'm from New York." I
He's
don't know.
never said
'cause
he's
he's-
from New
yeah.
York because he's not
how
from
can
New York.
so how can we claim him if he's never even
Because
said
there's
that?
no rules. We can just do what we want.
Okay, well if that's the case.
it's
yeah.
it's like okay.
Like I just
I
can't
see
see
the
us
biggest one.
saying, "Yeah, Cole's from here." Like we
What's
won't even say that.
what's the bonus record on Born Sinner with 50 and J. Cole?
New York Times.
Come on, man.
Yo,
2 New York rappers, New York Times.
Rory is so
Can we pull up
funny.
the lyrics to that?
Yeah, Rory is so funny. We just claim him as it's like a transplant that moved here when they were 13. Yeah, they might be from
See,
fucking
look,
Ohio.
read the opening. It's really for Queens, though. Really for Queens, though. You know?
Yeah. If you met a girl who moved here when she was 12 years old, you're not gonna tell her that she don't have ties to New York. If
Cole-
she lived here her whole life.
No,
Cole
I'm not
got
saying
more
Cole
shooters
don't
in
got-
Queensbridge than you do.
You said what?
Mm.
Cole has more shooters in Queensbridge than you do.
Yeah. So,
It's quoting Jay-Z for the nerds out there.
I get it, and I know Cole has spent a lot of years in New York City. I know that, but when you say we can claim him, I just don't know if that works like that.
Look at the first
All right.
verse.
The only
agree
reason
to
why we're
disagree.
trying to convince you right now is not because we care that much. It's because we need it. We just don't have much.
I mean,
Like if we can take Cole under our wing off a
But that's-
technicality, why don't we just do it, man?
I feel you.
Let's do it.
I feel you. I'm with you on that, but I don't know, man.
So with that said, now that we all agree, is he top 10 New York rapper of all time?
of all time.
You can't put him on that list, man. He's not New York. You can't put him on that list.
Well, either way, I really enjoyed the show. I liked him going down memory lane. Love that like Muhammad's house has become like an adjective or noun or whatever that would mean.
You watched the stream, right?
Did you watch it?
Mm-mm.
Mm.
No, I didn't.
It was well shot. Obviously, we were there, so I didn't watch it in the moment. But in retrospect, when I was home the next morning, there was a lot of clips on Twitter, and it was like really beautifully produced.
Yeah, it was great.
I mean, the crowd looked great. Like, you know, Love Yours with all the phones, the cameras out. You know, it's one of those you had to be there moments. I get it.
I mean, you didn't really have to, but
No, you could have.
if you were there, that's cool.
Yeah, no, it's a beautiful moment.
You have an issue with people doing the light camera thing?
No. Oh, I think that's dope. Especially when you have a packed arena like that. Like that, it looks great. Did he cry at all?
I don't remember.
No.
I don't know. I cried. I don't remember him crying though.
She cried for the both of them.
Yeah.
I didn't cry. Thought I would have.
Almost on Love Yours.
Wait. Slow down, everybody. You thought you was going to cry at a J.Cole show?
Because I said, if I see Demaris cry, I would probably cry.
But he couldn't cry to get off my dick. So I was crying to get off my dick, and I don't think he could bring himself to cry to get off my dick.
That wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, no.
I'm never going to
But all right, so what song would have made you cry, Julian?
I don't know. I just thought it would have happened at some point.
Love Yours for sure.
I mean, if there were to be a song that you would
I think you were probably fighting them back at that time.
I wasn't even that drunk at that point. Nah, I was just like happy. I think it was just like I was overcome with joy, but not like in a crying way.
I was hammered. By 2:30 a.m., I was fucking hammered.
After I got fucking.
I literally was stumbling
hammered.
around the Lower East Side by myself. I'm such a walking lick. Stumbling around the Lower East Side by myself with a fucking $700 camera in my pocket.
Nice.
Locked out the studio, but you know, life is life.
Somebody texted me during the show that J. Cole dresses like a West Coast dyke, and I couldn't get it out of my head for the rest of the show.
Who texted you that?
I'm not going to tell you. And I know you guys won't laugh at that because it's a dig at Cole, but I laughed out loud. And
That is funny.
It's okay to laugh at Cole for certain things.
I laughed
He's
immediately.
a human as well. We're allowed to make jokes as well. We just complimented him for 41 minutes.
He is king.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad y'all had a great time, and shout out to all the Dream Village. Shout out to J. Cole
Yeah.
for an amazing show.
Congrats to Ebe.
Madison Square Garden. Shout outs to Ebe. Shout
Putting
out to the
that
whole
together.
Dreamville team. Great night.
The real story, though, I don't know if it was at the Garden or it was at Barclays Center. Mariah Carey did a Christmas show, and I didn't see one fucking ad. Was that like an invite only?
I think it was. Well, Rihanna was there getting her titty signed, so probably.
No, remember we talked about, she did like a 4 or 5 arena. She's doing a tour right now.
Yeah, but I didn't even realize that was in New York. I thought, yeah, like some Vegas residency shit. Well, she did a show. Rihanna was there, got her titty signed. They were singing fucking Jingle Bells. I was jealous. This is what I really got FOMO for.
Yeah, I would want to go see Santa.
I would have dressed
This
like
is
an
my
elf.
idea, like how you took Amara to see Santa. This is Santa.
And Mariah got some hebs.
You would sit on her lap for a photo
Mariah?
and yeah,
Oh, yeah.
tell her what you wanted for Christmas.
Oh, everything on my list.
Was Nick in the building?
Key?
Nick Cannon?
Nick Cannon.
Why would he be in the
Oh, I doubt
I'm
it.
sure her kids want to see. Like, isn't that part of parenting?
Didn't
I
Rihanna
think
say
they
ASAP
have-
wanted her to get this done?
Yeah, she was like, ASAP sent me over here to get my titty signed. And Mariah was like, what do you want me to write? She said, Mariah, the fuck you think? Like, she was like, I'm a huge fan.
Do celebrities still like sign autographs? This is cool. I hope this becomes a thing.
I
again.
think I'm sure, I think she only signed it because it was
Oh, of
Rihanna.
course, only because it was Rihanna.
Well, no, actually, they had a Sharpie on them, so they probably were signing autographs.
Oh, I thought she was like walking off stage at this point.
She was, but I'm saying they had like Mariah's crew had a Sharpie with them, so that means that she was probably about to go
Gotcha.
sign autographs. Yeah, I was heartbroken that I missed that. Can't believe that I missed that. That's Santa for real.
How does Mariah sound? Is she sounding better live now? Because I know at one point she wasn't sounding too good live.
There was one like morning show or Today Show that they kind of caught her vocals, and before they could be deleted for the West Coast or whatever, and it didn't sound great. But I'm sure.
I think that she just doesn't have the ability to hit the ranges that she used to hit. I'm sure that, Mariah used to sing in a very all that whistle register shit. I'm sure that that's affected her vocal cords over time. So I don't think that she can go as high as she used to.
And if she, she works once a year now, which is fine. She had an incredible career and just does Christmas. You're not practicing, singing, staying in vocal shape. That's tough the way she sings. But I'm sure because she announced a bunch of arena shows,
It'll get
She
better.
was practicing in fucking August.
Yeah.
So
I would like to see Mariah. I never seen Mariah Carey live.
first concert ever.
Me either. I
Never
wanna...
saw her live.
Haven't seen her since the Heartbreaker tour.
Saw Janet live a couple times. Never seen Mariah.
Janet is still not sick. I just want everybody to give her flowers. Janet still doesn't she uses background vocals, but not like, Janet still sings. She doesn't lip sync. She still, like when I went to see her live, she was still singing. And I know that she was singing because I studied Janet Jackson. She was actually singing still. And she doesn't have the strongest voice in the world, but she's still dancing and singing. She's like 50 something.
Random, but shout out to Cole's background singers. Those women that they kept showing on the stream, they were singing.
Mm-hmm.
That they were incredible. Those are some of the best background singers I've ever heard at an arena show.
That band was great too.
Let's stay on music though. We are recording this on Thursday, December 19th. December 20th, we are supposed to get the SOS Deluxe, which is also Lana, which is a completely different album. I think we should just call this a whole nother album. I get it with the streaming games and everything. It's got to be a deluxe, and this is the new world that we have to accept. But I'm going into this with unfair expectations that this is a SZA album, not an SOS Deluxe, not songs that maybe could have made it. If you're calling it Lana, I have expectations for an album. Is that unfair?
What do you mean?
Fan?
What do you mean? You said this is a SZA album? Of course, it's a SZA album.
It's the SOS Deluxe.
That would still be a SZA album.
He means a new SZA album.
Yeah,
Like not associated with SOS.
like if she were to say, okay, because on the 5th anniversary of Control, she put out the Control Deluxe, which was really cool, a bunch of references and shit that didn't make it, which plenty of artists have done in the streaming era. You do a deluxe so you can get more streams on the album and get people to revisit it. It's a brilliant strategy that I fully understand. But I've never seen someone call a deluxe a different name. So to me, this should fall in her discography as Control, SOS, then Lana, no?
And when it's a deluxe, does it usually take, I mean, I could be wrong. The SOS came out 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, but I mean, she did her Control Deluxe 5 years later. Oh, the 5-year anniversary.
Well, that's
5,
different.
right? Yeah.
5-year anniversary is different.
But no, there's still artists. There's some artists that do that shit like the next week, but there's some artists that wait
It says Lana and SOS Deluxe, so it's probably enough new songs on there for it to be a new album as well. I don't think it's only gonna be like 5 new songs.
Does that? I mean, this is like weird fan nitpicky shit, but does that like kind of bother y'all a little bit? Because I feel like SZA. I get why a lot of artists do the deluxe again, like the point I just made of having fans go back to an album and stream it more. I don't think SZA needs to do that type of shit whatsoever. She's going to sell insane no matter what, and rightfully so.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she needs to be under the control of some of these streaming games and all that other shit. And if you have an album, which I'm always confident that SZA is going to deliver an incredible fucking album, and you're calling it Lana, which is your government name, yeah, just do a new album.
Or attach a new album to the old album.
Yeah, I guess I'm not going with the times and adapting. And it should just be Control, SOS, and Lana all in one playlist at this point.
I mean,
I actually wouldn't complain.
But I'm extremely excited. I think it's perfect time of year for a SZA album. They were crying at Get Off My Dick, but I am in the perfect headspace to cry to a SZA album. I'm going to go for a walk tomorrow, same way I did when SOS came out. And I hope it's overcast.
I might go to Seattle tomorrow.
Let's check the weather for tomorrow.
Yo, should we do a quick trip to Seattle?
Let's go to Seattle and
A
listen to
quick trip to Seattle.
It's gonna rain tomorrow.
Yes.
You know what? I think I might.
Are you gonna go outside and just like lay down
in a t-shirt?
Let the water hit you?
I was gonna say I don't even think I'll put a raincoat on.
Yeah, no, just.
I think I'll just walk out in a t-shirt.
Yeah.
And just really accept these bars.
Just appreciate the work of Lana.
Let the precipitation go into my pores as if the lyrics are flowing through my body.
You have to live inside of the music.
SZA, so it says here, SZA wrote over 100 songs for the original SOS.
Yeah.
So
I remember her saying that.
She has however many albums over for that. And then she put out a teaser. So far, the only visual outside of the album artwork is a teaser with Ben Stiller for the...
She wrote 100 songs for SOS?
Yeah.
I remember
that is
that.
crazy.
So this is probably a collection of those
a lot
songs.
of years. That it does check out.
Over 5 years.
Shit.
We can't play that, baby. We don't get it.
I mean, I already love Drive, but who's a better Nepo baby, Janet Jackson or Ben Stiller?
Ask me stupid fucking questions. Who thought to put Ben Stiller? Like, I love Ben Stiller. I haven't seen him in so long. Who thought, like, whose brain was like Ben Stiller?
Isn't it for
everyone knows
rollout?
Punch is a really, really big Meet the Parents fan.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that for
I'm completely making that up.
Asshole.
Isn't he working on something? Is it like a part of the show?
Well, SZA has a movie coming out that is Ben Stiller producing.
Severance. I think it was a Severance type promo. He's involved with Severance. He directed Severance.
But I think Ben Stiller also may be a producer on the movie that SZA is coming out with.
Well, I know Issa Rae is in charge of it. I don't know if Ben Stiller has anything to do with it.
Well, either way, I mean, it works. She always gets an actor to just do a cameo for her. She got Moanin' in Clubhouse, Lakeith for the last one.
Moanin' in Club.
So, and I mean, 100 songs. I usually hate long albums, but SOS proved me wrong. Every song on there is like not a skip to me. It's perfect with the amount of songs that it is. So if SZA wants to add 35 onto Lana, I'm not going to complain.
SOS is a great album, man.
It's incredible.
It's amazing.
And when I
That
saw
is
how many
a great
records it
fucking
was, I was like, oh God, no. Go back to Control of just fucking 11 records. Every song is fire. I get why every record stayed on there.
What was that? What's the name? Gone Girl?
Yeah.
Oh my God. You talking about crying, Julian?
That
Play Gone Girl at 1:30 and watch me turn into a little dove.
would you judge me?
Dove.
I'm good, actually.
Dove is great.
Would you judge me if I said that Gone Girl is my go-to shower song?
No, I would totally
Like,
understand.
And the acoustics in my bathroom is pretty good, so I actually sound better than I usually would with the echo in
You
there.
look like you shampoo yourself to.
Oh yeah,
Gone
no,
Girl.
the conditioner stays in for. I keep Gone Girl on loop, so it's
Yeah.
like 3 times, and then I know
Let it
it's
lather.
time,
Get that good lather.
with all the hair that I have. But I don't know. Maybe I'm more excited than you guys that we get new SZA music at midnight. I'm
I'm looking forward to it.
maybe it's because I'm sad. I don't know. I just can't wait for SZA to talk to me.
She's one of those artists that I think we know what to expect whenever she announces she's dropping something. And you know, it's fun to have those artists that you know they're gonna deliver. She's just one of those artists that no matter what, it's gonna be good music.
I have a question for you guys. Will SZA get a similar treatment to other artists that make great pain music, that if she ends up getting in a relationship and ends up being happy, it will piss off a lot of her fans? And will her fans want to hear real relationship, in love music from SZA?
I think so. I think she's a great enough writer.
Oh, we know that.
She doesn't have to pull
For
from
sure.
pain and all, just heartbreak all the time.
I'm talking about the weirdo fans that get really upset when their favorite artist is happy.
You can't do nothing about that. You could put out the
But is she going to get
greatest.
that treatment?
SZA,
I think so. Yeah, I don't think no artist is exempt from that treatment.
I love SZA, and I don't know her as a person. But from what I see as far as her music and her artistry, I think that even if SZA gets in a happy, healthy relationship, she will still be able to pull pain out of it. And I think that will come from her own feelings about like herself. You can hear it in songs like Special or Nobody Gets Me. So I don't think that she'll be writing about her partner being horrible. Even now, it's not a lot about her partners being horrible. A lot of it is about her being horrible.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, a lot. I've actually liked the
Accountability.
growth of SZA's toxicity. Like before, it's still all very toxic, which she admits.
Mhm.
But with SOS, there was definitely a, hey, maybe I might be the problem here type of vibe. And I could see her getting in a happy relationship and then making an album of being terrified of her being a self-saboteur, if that's the correct one. Of like, this is such a beautiful place that I'm terrified I'm going to ruin it.
Yeah.
But then what if she goes through her therapy and all the ayahuasca that she was talking about with Kendrick, and then the 5th album is just full blown, I'm in love, fuck everyone else that doesn't have a partner. You guys are weird. Like, oh, you guys are still like dating?
Y'all still on
You
it?
guys still swiping left? That's crazy. Taylor's gonna do it.
Taylor's never going to do that.
What?
You don't think we're gonna get a happy Travis Kelce album? A happy Robert Goodell album?
But Taylor's always happy. For the most part.
No.
No.
Yeah, you don't think so?
Her whole thing is she just dates to make albums after they break up. That's like her whole
Yeah, that's like her
thing.
shtick.
But she does a great job of turning it into an anthem.
Oh, she'll cash out on a relationship.
100%.
As you should. Get something.
Like, she's sad. She sounds happy as a motherfucker.
It's just weird human nature because even like in the happiest relationships, I still like don't really like super lovey-dovey music like that. And that's kind of fucked up.
Well, that's a reflection of you internally.
No, but even if I'm in an amazing mood or like I want to relate to, like the only album I can think of that like I was like, oh, this is great, I can relate, was Jay and Beyonce, Everything Is Love. I was like, this is cool, like a mature album that's actually just strictly about love. I can't think of very many other albums like that in the current time. 70s and all that shit, they made amazing real love music. But this day and age, I only want fucking painful music from these artists.
Well, my last relationship, the album, the theme album for that was "Woe These Feels Again" by Snow Allegra, and that was a pretty loving album. It had a couple
Stole
toxic.
it from me.
It had a couple toxic songs on it,
positive album.
but it's a pretty positive "I'm in love" album. It takes you through like the falling in love part.
Where's Snow?
That's a positive album.
She put out one record this year, I think. I mean, she's coming off, in my opinion, which will be a classic of those feelings. But yeah, it's been a little quiet. She did that Black Coffee remix
that
with
Temporary High. This was her last one.
What You Gonna Do for Love remix that was fire.
Mm-hmm.
She's been putting out like Lucy's here and there. At one point, she put out a Lucy and a trailer, and it looked like we were about to get a Snow album.
Yeah, but that was like 2 years ago. I don't think you noticed how much time has gone by. That was like 2 years ago.
Oh, you're talking about those songs where the artwork was like flowers? It was like two or three records.
Be My Summer.
Be My Summer was one of them?
Yes,
yeah.
that's what it was.
But none of those turned into a project.
I mean, I'm sure we'll get a Snow album in 2025.
I need one badly. Actually, I'm scratching.
It's my queen.
It's needed. And I mean, we'll get into like our rap and R&B top albums of the year, our favorite ones.
I went all the way to Philly by myself to go to her show.
I remember. And don't do that.
Great,
you took a Sprinter. You're acting like you like
I was
drove.
by myself though.
I know, but you were like you were basically carried there.
I feel like that's lonelier though. I'd rather drive.
I said I went by myself.
Yeah.
Does that change anything? No matter what the car was in?
If you took like New Jersey
Honda
Transit and then switched in Trenton and then got on the Philly train.
Oh no, I'm not.
Then I'd be like, all right.
The China bus.
I'm not doing that.
But you were in like a beautiful plush Sprinter. You didn't even realize you left your house.
I mean, had to be comfortable.
Of course, comfort is number one.
Exactly.
But we'll get into our top
And
albums.
it was COVID.
Oh yeah, of course. Like
social distance.
You were being safe.
Exactly.
With a mask on in the Sprinter. By yourself.
Now that I'm never doing.
Do you guys have any idea when Summer's album is coming out? I know it's coming. I know it's coming soon, but I need to know if it's coming before the end of this year.
I would say first quarter of next year. I don't think.
No. The end
I'm
of the year
shocked
is here.
SZA's doing this.
But she's been doing all this advertising, so that's why I'm like,
she has her show.
Top of the year, I think.
That Apple Music show, and like I think that's tied to an album that's coming, and she's gonna do more episodes to eventually get there. So yeah, I would say first quarter. R&B there was great R&B this year.
There was.
Don't get me twisted when I'm saying that. There was amazing R&B this year.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as like volume, it was light compared to 2023.
Oh yeah.
I'm pissed I didn't put my album out in 2024. I may have made a list.
This was your year? You missed it.
But yeah, I do want to go through ours next episode. I've got my list. I'm curious what yours is going to be.
Oh,
but
albums
it was
of the year?
it was light for R&B this year.
It was light for R&B this year, but it was great for R&B this year. Like it was a lot of dope projects. I could say the same about rap too. There's a lot of good rap projects this year.
Yeah, I'm just saying volume wise, it was easy to put my list together. I'll put it that way.
Yeah,
and of course it's because all our R&B stars took tens of millions of dollars in grants, so they were just living it up. They didn't have time to record.
Listen, that's how
they were taking taxpayers' dollars to go to Tulum.
That's what they're supposed to do.
No worry and mouth.
Maul, my schedule is busy, but my sex life is just as important. Don't you agree?
Yes, I agree. Your sex life is important, Rory.
You care a lot about it.
I care about your sex life.
And sometimes I don't have time to go to a doctor's office to see if I have ED, because ED be going crazy in the streets right now.
Running through the hoods like FanDuel.
Especially when you're this busy. Sometimes the ED be creeping up. Mm-hmm. But through Hims, you can get a personalized ED treatment without stepping foot outside your door. The process is 100% online, so there's no need for uncomfortable doctor visits. Just answer a series of questions on their site, and a medical provider will determine the right treatment option for you. If prescribed, your medication ships directly to you in discreet packaging, so you don't have to have that awkward moment with the Amazon guy.
Right. I mean, it could be awkward unless he subscribes to Hims too.
That is true. No insurance is needed, and one low price covers everything from your treatments to ongoing care.
Start your free online visit today at hims.com/Rory Mall. That's HIMS.com/Rory Mall for your personalized ED treatment options. hims.com/Rory Mall. The product mentioned are chewable compound products which are not approved by or verified for safety or effectiveness by the FDA. Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Maul, when you think about businesses that are selling through the roof, think of businesses like Heinz, on the fashion side, Skims. Sure, you think about the great product and a cool brand, brilliant marketing that we've seen, but an often overlooked secret is actually the businesses behind the business that's making it sell. Also for shoppers that are buying. We use Shopify when it comes to our merch. I use it for my vinyls, for my album merch. It makes everything simpler for everybody.
Nobody does selling better than Shopify, home of the #1 checkout on the planet. And the not-so-secret with Shop Pay that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts going abandoned and way more sales going. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling, on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more, sell on Shopify.
Upgrade your business and get the same checkout Skims uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/Rory Mall, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Rory Mall to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/Rory Mall. Mall, you familiar with this? Business Insider put out an article yesterday with the title, How Rich Musicians Build American Taxpayers for Luxury Hotels, Shopping Sprees, and $1 million bonuses.
They was running the PPP?
Yes and no, which is crazy because Peach brought this article to my attention. And at the exact same time, the SBA loan had emailed me 3 times today. They're on my ass about the tiny amount of money that I took out. Meanwhile, Lil Wayne got fucking $9 million and it was setting it to mysterious women. That's the line item.
So this is his where Wayne spent this money at?
So essentially, just to give a quick background, Business Insider highlighted artists like Wayne, Chris Brown, Alice in Chains, was it DJ Marshmello? When COVID hit, all of them have their own separate businesses that are just for touring, which made them eligible for these SBA loans because, they weren't bringing in any tour capital. Even though Wayne had sold his catalog that year for $100 million on a separate account, he still was eligible to get this loan to pay his staff for touring because no one could make money. Now, they've kind of thrifted through some of their tax returns and what they did with their money and
Trump pardoned Wayne?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I forgot about that.
Trump also gave all these artists this money, by the way.
Yeah, Wayne's grant was worth $8.9 million in pandemic relief program.
So
2 years of spending with that money.
So obviously, even now, like as someone that took out an SBA loan, just recently you started to have to pay stuff back. Like they had to sift through everything coming out of 2020 and 2021. Most of us were hoping that Biden was going to clear this entire shit out. He had talked about it. It didn't happen. Also, I know there's a million reasons that we have inflation, but let's not pretend like all these SBA loans isn't a huge reason for it.
They broke down Wayne's shopping spree. He bought a $300 Balenciaga belt. Like they know that?
Yeah,
it's itemized. He spent $8,626 at a shopping trip to Dover Street Market in 2022.
Now,
I'm pretty sure Wayne can cover $8,000 for shopping.
Yeah, but it's not that. It's the money that he used from the government.
For example, he had owed Tez, friend of the show, shout out to Tez. He had owed Tez, can you make it a little bigger because my eyes are bad?
$2.14 million.
He had owed $2.41 million to his ex-manager, Cortez Bryant. And he's taking money that should be spent on whatever touring costs, i.e. some of his staff or expenses, and he's taking that money and then paying out other people that should be for his other LLCs, his other corporations.
Got you.
So Business Insider is going through this, explaining that a lot of these artists may be arrested for fraud because this is you're taking a loan out and using the money for something you said you weren't going to do.
Right.
Like Chris Brown took it out And in some cases, it looked like he was doing work. He took a tour bus down to Tulum to do a video with Giancarlo, but he was there for a whole month with his entire staff and stayed in like this resort village.
Yeah. The part of the grant, he used $24,000 for the cost of driving his bus from the States to Tulum back in the fall for a month-long stay with him and his entourage in a resort town where he did not perform. And then he shot a video and then that was it. But it was a month.
Wayne, who again got this $9 million, once things started to open up, he was getting offers to even do shows, one being in Coachella, and then reached out to Coachella and said, we can't fly there. The winds are crazy. Coachella saw that 4 planes had just went on the exact same route at the exact same time. So he is able to make money and is not doing that, but still taking a loan.
Right.
Is, we're not accountants, but yeah, that could be fraud.
Something is wrong there.
And there was a specific accounting firm that manages a lot of these guys, NKSFB, which were like the main culprits in this entire thing. They were taking out over $7 million based off just their commission with their clients off taxpayer money.
All right.
Which is a little crazy when, you're not paying anyone out of that company, even though you're eligible for it. It was placed there so you could continue to pay the people when they can't work. But touring's odd, and Peach and I were talking about this. In no way am I an expert. I'm really just speculating based off, we have a separate company that's for when we do tours. A lot of touring, even when it is at the level of, say, a Chris Brown, you're hiring a third-party company or you have a deal with Live Nation who's going to hire everyone. And a lot of even the employees that Live Nation hires are more contractors for that specific tour, which means those contractors would have been eligible for a loan at that time because they cannot work. Their business is completely shut down. They're sole proprietor. Like, I'm available for example, the SBA loan that I took out. I'm sure anyone that's been on a Live Nation tour was eligible for that. So that makes sense in that time. For somebody that isn't really paying out anyone except whatever their split is with Live Nation, to be eligible to get a loan of that magnitude, just because you grossed $9 million last year in touring, doesn't mean you should get $9 million this year, especially when you're not paying it out to the people that are on the tour to keep the economy moving.
Yeah. The biggest offense to what Rory's saying in the article here says, this report reveals how artists directed millions in taxpayer funds not towards touring crew members, but instead towards their own bank accounts, luxury purchases, and entertainment expenses, often while sitting on substantial wealth from other business ventures. So they weren't using money that they were, say, making from other business ventures like this is but instead they were taking the taxpayer money to fund their already, Well,
I do like that line.
lifestyle.
It says, one top government accountability expert says some of the spending Business Insider identified was questionable, but stopped short of saying it was fraudulent. So that's important.
The best quote of the article right here. Rory.
Yeah. At a minimum, it smells.
It smells.
I feel you, David Walker.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Again, not an expert. I don't know if this is fraud or this is just a problem with that entire SBA loan system. I don't know if this is essentially fraud because to be eligible, I was reading in the article, how they even came to the lump sum amount that they were getting. It had to be just below what they made last year from that exact LLC. So if Chris Brown made $10 million in touring in 2019, he was eligible for $9 million in 2020. We're mad at Chris Brown for taking that money?
Oh, no. You can't
The SBA system was fucking insane. It's also part reason why we're in so much debt and so much inflation now because they mishandled those COVID funds so much. And even in the article, after they shitted on the artist for 7 pages, at the end they said this is pennies compared to the major corporation bailouts that happened during COVID. $9 million is pennies compared to what other places got.
I mean, but we know that. We knew through that whole pandemic thing, we knew that a lot of that was going to come back and hurt. And obviously, a lot of it falls on us, the taxpayers. But I mean, I do like to see that they are finally addressing a lot of this as far as coming from people who are already rich and wealthy. Like, okay, y'all have to pay some of this money back. Like, you can't just let this fall on the taxpayers.
I loved how Business Insider even just broke it down. How Chris Brown spent his grant. Top item, himself, $5.1 million.
Yeah. That stays here. That's to the crib.
in my pocket.
That's to the crib, yeah.
Another line item on his list was he spent $80,000 for his 33rd birthday party.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Which,
No, that sounds right for a Chris Brown birthday party for sure. But at the time when the money was coming from an account that was from the taxpayers' money, it's a little different. Chris Brown can spend his money any way he fucking wants. But when it comes to this loan
taxpayers,
yeah, you didn't take a loan from a bank. You took it from the government, which is our money that we continue to pay.
Right.
So yeah, people are pissed. And it doesn't, I'm not shooting bail to Chris or Wayne or any of these other artists because they are adults and they're grown men and they're smart. A lot of us were fucking confused at that time. And I'm sure their accountants and business managers were like, yo, you're eligible for this money. Like, you should take it. Even my business manager, when I didn't necessarily like need the loan right away, but he was like, it's the lowest interest rate that has ever existed in America. You would be dumb not to take this now.
Yeah.
And trust me, it helped. And I did use it for business. IRS, I promise you don't need to add me to any articles. And I'm paying it. But every single person's business manager was like, this is the lowest interest rate. You will never see this for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Take it.
But I mean,
and it's not illegal.
To be fair, a lot of these artists, because while their name is in the article and, they're breaking down line items and what they spent, they did not, if their accountant and their business manager say, yo, let's take this loan, they probably was like, all right, cool. They didn't think that it was going to come back and look or smell away.
It's one of my favorite Dame quotes ever. How could I have tax problems? I hired an accountant.
Right.
Like, what the fuck? I hired someone so I would not have tax problems. Now I have tax problems?
Right.
I didn't tell him not to pay.
Yeah, and this wasn't just a hip-hop issue. I know we're only talking in that community, but
I see Steve Aoki
Steve Aoki, Marshmello, Rory mentioned earlier, the Alice in Chains, which is a group, is also named in this article.
Alice in Chains was the craziest one. They took one out and had a whole touring staff, one of which ended up getting cancer. And they did not use any of their loan for to continue the health insurance for their staff. Instead, they did a GoFundMe on Twitter during COVID when no one had any fucking money. And then he unfortunately ended up dying.
Did we want to get into the brief text exchange between Lil Wayne and the reporter from Business Insider, Catherine Long? She reached out to Wayne for a comment, and his response is hilarious. Maul, do you want to give us this?
So Catherine says, hello, Dwayne. This is Catherine Long from Business Insider. Did you see my email?
Hold on. Can we see the time she sent that?
5:21.
5:21. Okay.
So an hour and 39 minutes later, an hour and 40 minutes later.
Wayne just picks up his phone, probably charging.
Yeah.
So he's in the kitchen.
Hey, Catherine, did you see my dick? I'm sure it's much longer and better than the email. And you like him long, right, Miss Long? Spoken like
he's still in shape.
Spoken like the Carter himself.
You ain't see the entendres with the longs?
I think he tried to clean it up, but I think he got...
Not sure, Catherine says, not sure what you're referring to.
Yes, you do, Catherine.
Our email requested your comment related to the Shuttered Venue Operators Grant Program. Apologies, this isn't Kitty Catherine. Well, you must have wrong number and wrong Dwayne. Why he started talking like he was...
Because he knew he fucked up.
No, because Mac Main took his phone and typed that.
Well, you must have wrong number and wrong Dwayne.
But that is probably how Wayne texts. I don't know if it's full sentences.
For sure.
But I thought, what did he say? I thought this was Kitty Cat. Kitty Catherine.
Kitty Catherine.
He said, apologies, this isn't Kitty Catherine?
Well, let's say you have like a long relationship with an escort or a stripper, whatever, that texts you, because we can assume Kitty Catherine might be one of those.
Yeah.
Is she sending you, hey, did you get my email?
No. Wayne knew exactly who he was talking to.
Okay, what if Wayne and her have like some weird role play where he's like her boss and like...
First of all, she says this is Catherine Long from Business Insider.
They could have some type of like weird fetish where she's like the secretary and he's the boss.
Why she gotta be a secretary?
Like they role play through text messages?
Yeah, and like...
That is crazy.
His secretary saying like, did you see my email? And he was like, come see my dick.
Did you see my dick?
The business inside her business.
This is pretty much the entire synopsis to Mad Men. It's the same thing.
Yeah, Wayne, you're going to have to pay that money back, though. Some text messages is cool, but the IRS want that money, that's for sure.
And listen, I'm not saying we should let them off the hook of anything, but I think they're the least criminals when it comes down to something.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Staying in music, it's been a full music day. Lil Baby did an interview. I assume he has an album coming out. It's been a while.
Probably.
But he did a full sit down with Charlamagne. He also sat down with Yachty. I think he did one other podcast as well. But Charlemagne asked him today if he still had a relationship with Gunna. Are we allowed to play this clip?
Yeah, I think so. Let me just get the actual clip.
What's the relationship with you and Gunna right now?
I don't got no relationship, you know.
The internet says you can't make hits without Gunna. So do you think y'all ever make music again?
The internet will say anything. How many hits I got?
Yeah.
And we can pause here because there really wasn't much that happened in this interview. And I'm not saying that's a Charlemagne thing whatsoever. I think he asked all the right questions, but some rappers just don't care to answer questions whatsoever. But this was kind of crazy to me that we finally got an answer from Baby about his relationship with Gunna. Outside of Thug, I think Baby was the next person all of us were waiting to see on what he was going to do once Gunna was home and making music again.
I think, but didn't Baby address this kind of early though? Didn't he tweet something early?
He did, but this was when everyone
Was still on the fence?
like Meek, Dirk, like a lot of people did like an unfollow when that shit leaked, and then Thug said something that was cryptic that made it sound like, oh, maybe Thug is still fucking with Gunna and this was their plan. So everyone I think got nervous.
Yeah.
As far as, oh shit, are we supposed to cut this guy off or not? So I think it's interesting that Baby is flat out saying we don't have a relationship. Charlemagne goes on to ask another good question. In this scenario, because Thug, in his plea, asked if he could still have communication with Gunna because they work together. If Thug was in the studio with Gunna working on a song and called you and said, baby, will you come here and get on the record? Would you do it? Baby said, I don't ever see that happening. And then did a cryptic kind of way of saying, fuck that. Thug can do what he want. I'm not fucking with Gunna. That's what I took from him dodging the question.
I mean, listen, you know, certain guys come from a certain background and, you know, certain things are just, you know, all bets are off after that. So, I mean, I understand Baby's stance on that. Now, as far as Thug, because, you know, obviously, you know, it's business there, like a real closer business relationship there. So it's a little different for Thug.
Way different. It's his artist.
Yeah, but I understand, you know, Lil Baby's stance, and his stance is like a lot of other people's stance that come from a certain background. It's just certain things it's no coming back from. So it's no surprise to me.
Yeah, I'm just even shocked with Baby doing this press run that he allowed some of these questions. Like, he's not really like an interviewer per se. Like, they did his doc and that was the most we ever really got from him because he's not media trained.
But it's not even media training because I don't think you need media training. I just think that some people just are not comfortable with talking to, you know, somebody that's interviewing. Like, people don't want to be interviewed.
Yeah.
It seems like you grilling me, and then you know, a lot of these artists don't trust people, that you try to spin what I said, and then now I'm online saying something that's, you know, is out of context. So it's a lot of apprehensiveness. Looking at Gunna in this interview, his body language is very like, you know, cold and standoffish and like, all right, what you want to talk about? Hurry up, ask me what you got to ask me so I can get out of here. Like, he don't really want to sit there. I mean, he definitely didn't want to sit there and talk about Gunna.
Yeah.
But I just think that it's interesting because Lil Baby he's been, you know, a star for some years now. You would think that he would be a little more comfortable in interviews and having conversations with, you know, certain media personalities. But
he came up in the era, like, of course it's still important to make your rounds and sit with people and do interviews, but a lot of people from his generation can talk directly to their fans through social media. They're not forced to have to go through outlets to reach people. So they don't, it's not even media training. They just don't even get the practice where when you're on album 5, you've been doing this nonstop. So you know how to at least fake it and get through the press run days. He hasn't done much because he hasn't necessarily needed it. Do I think it could help if he did more of it? Of course, but
yeah,
it's not a necessity. I think his generation doesn't view it as a necessity to have to sit with everyone and really answer all these fucking questions. Like, if I don't fuck with Gunna, I don't fuck with Gunna. It's not, I'll rap about it.
Yeah.
I don't need to sit with you guys to do it. So I'm actually even shocked he had as candid as possible an interview with Charlemagne and Yachty as well. I thought the Yachty conversation was a bit better just because they're friends, but I don't know. Maybe I was a little bit more shocked than most people today that he actually answered that question.
I'm not. I think he probably was tired of, you know, seeing it probably in his mentions and things like that. So just addressed it, and, you know, now nobody got to ask me that again. I answered it. Y'all know what it is. Nobody asked me about it.
just gonna ask an open-ended question because admittedly, I'm not like the Lil Baby and Gunna fan that like idolizes them and their music just because of I think it's an age difference. But we talked about with the Drake battle, like, damn, for me, it hurts that I'll never get a Drake and Rick Ross song again. Like that sucks for me.
Mm-hmm.
For these kids, never getting a Lil Baby and Gunna record again, I think is big news.
Yeah,
but I think they're for that generation, they are an iconic duo, rightfully so.
Yeah, but I think they kind of knew that already.
Great music together. Yeah, but I think it stings a little bit more when there was hope before because we didn't really know what was going on with the case.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's set in stone that two people that have made great music together damn near like helped make each other's careers. Like it almost seemed like Lil Baby and Gunna were a group at one time.
They have a whole tape together.
Like, that's crazy to think that we will never get music from these two again.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I get it, you know, make good music, but you know, we talking about somebody like Lil Baby, it's just certain things that I knew what it was.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, he can't do that. It goes against everything that, you know, he stands for and that he's built upon. So it's not a surprise to me. And then didn't Thug tweet something when he came home? Didn't he tweet something alluding to like he wasn't fucking with Gunna like that?
That was I think photoshopped because it said like this tweet was deleted and no one could really confirm if that tweet was actually deleted or somebody photoshopped that tweet and put tweet was deleted.
I feel like his father went online and says, I don't know. It was just a lot going around that time when Thug was released. But
here it is. Gunna, stop acting like we friends on the internet. I don't know you, my guy. That's clearly
fake.
not real. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that made rounds like it was. I don't think that was.
We know that to be false because of how things ended up. He's gonna work with Gunna. Like
no, he has to be around him. That's his artist.
I don't think Thug and Gunna are gonna work together again. But they have. I mean, they have
to be in contact with each other though. They have to be. That's his artist.
Yeah, even if they don't even have direct communication, it'd be hard to prove that he wasn't violating his parole if you see both their signatures together or any type of business interactions. Like that, it would be impossible. Yeah. So I don't really foresee that happening. But I mean, Gunna's been making great music since he's been out. So
he's been making really good music.
I think Baby's due up. I feel like it's been not quiet for him at all, but
it's okay to say it's been quiet.
But when you say that, it sounds like you're saying it's over for Baby. He took some time off, which is fine.
Yeah, I'm never mad at an artist taking time off. But
he has to prove something on this next one. But
he has something to prove for sure because he hears it. People saying he fell off, and you know, it's quiet for him and things like that.
His last single was November.
Yeah, it just came out.
So we'll probably get an album from him first quarter then if he's doing press now and has a single out in November?
I think so.
I doubt on this side of the year. Because he only has what, like one Friday left?
Yeah, nah. I don't think he's dropping on this shit. Top of the year, first quarter.
They'll do a real proper rollout. I can't say some surprise album with where Baby's at in his career right now. Again, staying on music, but more gossip shit that not to say I don't care, but I just find it like weird of the things that are like TMZ headlines. Chance the Rapper and his wife had filed divorce after 5 years of marriage. I get that Chance has mentioned his wife in a lot of his music. One of his albums, the theme was he loved his wife so much, and that was a big thing. He's put her on IG before, but they were never like this social couple that like was out here that we even deserved to know that they filed for divorce.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I guess I find it weird. I understand the couples that call paparazzis and are seen out every fucking day, like that it's a thing. They were relatively private with what they had.
Very private.
So which it just felt weird to me with TMZ doing that and then the whole timeline talking about Chance and his wife filing divorce and then him catching a dub.
Yeah, that was the video that kind of, ever since this came out, people were just like, the clock's on.
Okay, well.
Which I'm sure this had nothing to do with them.
It added some context because I read the TMZ article because I'm a hypocrite. They had been separated for quite some time. She just filed for divorce that day. They had not been together. So if you're separated, you can't catch a dub at Carnival?
I mean, you can, but I don't want nobody thinking you connected to me.
Yeah, but you're right. It's like we can be separated, but you still can't be.
Have some couth.
Yeah, like it gotta be, you know, don't make, you know, your partner look stupid. Like we're not together, but we do have a family. Like we're family forever. So it's like, don't make me look crazy. You out here at Carnival. You just know what it looks like. You know what that, what that says, the message behind that. So it's just, it looks away. That's all.
Well, I mean, I hope this is something they both want. And
yeah, man. As long as they're happy and the kids are, obviously well taken care of and safe and loved. I mean, who cares if they're together or not? As long as the family is still intact and there's still respect and love for the kids.
What was fucked up, why it really was news on like the music timeline, kind of back to our SZA conversation of fans that hate your music when you're in love. I saw people celebrating. The ones that hated his last album that was about his wife, they're like, finally we'll get back to Chance music because he's not fully in love and married, which is fucked up because he has like 2 kids and divorce is hell. That's fucking awful. To be like, oh, thank God he's divorced.
Thank God he's going through it.
Yeah, thank God his kids will be in separate homes.
It's crazy. Fans are crazy, man.
And even then, it's not like Chance was ever making like super hurtful fucking or like single I'm fucking these hoes type of music. He's always made positive music. Just the last album, it was about his wife.
Do we think that 3 on the Hat meant 3 the guys, like 3 him from his marriage?
Peach said yeah immediately.
He was telling us the whole time.
We should have told him to blink 3 times.
Me under the bill.
Under the brim?
Yeah.
3 me.
This sounds pessimistic, but is it impossible, especially for people that are working in entertainment, to get married that young?
I always think it's a bad idea to get married young.
Because they've been together, they were 5 years probably, 6 years, something like that. Chance was young when they got married.
No, they was together.
She was fresh out of college, I believe.
They were
together more than 5 years.
I'm sorry, married for 5 years. They were together longer for sure.
Yeah, they were together for a long, long time.
Is that even like, is that sad for me to say that I just don't think that's like a smart thing for this generation?
To get married?
To get married early. If you're in a certain type of industry. I think people in the South, yeah, you guys can go get married at fucking 18 and you guys will be together until you're 70. But
a nearly 10-year relationship, Chance is only 29.
So yeah, you're literally growing up together.
Yeah, that's tough.
She's 29. He's a little older, but
that's tough to
10 years.
Especially in this, it's different now as opposed to when our grandparents met and got together and got married. It's just a different world, different access, things like that.
But then how, like, if you love someone and this is the person I want to spend the rest of my life with, how do you also make that make sense in your brain not to marry them at that time? And like, what woman that also feels that way is going to be comfortable with like, yeah, no, we're 20 and we both know we're going to stay together forever, but I'm fine with you marrying me in 10 years.
Now, I'm on the side of it. If we have a child very young, then I think I'm all on the side of, listen, make the family a real union and make it whole, give your wife that security. Well, yeah, taxes as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm on the side of that. But it's tough, man, because you still growing up, you still learning yourself, you still evolving at 28, 29 years old. So to say, put marriage and a home on top of that, and even though while Chance is successful and has money and can afford a different lifestyle, and it's still like he's still growing up. He's still becoming a man, and he's doing it in real time and learning in real time how to, be a father, be, an artist and be a supportive husband and things like that. It's a lot on somebody that's still, essentially learning who they are as a person. So, yeah. I mean, it's I understand it on one hand, but it's like, if you could not be married in your 20s and, evolve and learn who you are, I would say just hold out. But at the same time, if you have a kid young and, you want to make your family official and things like that, then I totally understand that as well.
Yeah, and to be clear, I'm also not saying for someone that is young and works in the entertainment space based off access to other women, because not everyone is a cheating piece of shit.
Yeah, it's not even about that.
It's just you don't have a real structure at all. Your life is kind of all over the fucking place. There's not anything really set in stone. It's not like you have a specific salary that you're going to make every single year. You go to work, you come home. Marriage and being a parent really comes from structure is the best way to handle that. Mm-hmm. And when you're a young entertainer, I don't know how you would even handle that type of shit. between tour, making music, like
having
not
to leave
even
your
knowing
home,
where the next check is necessarily going to come from.
Right.
And there's so much uncertainty. Like you have to constantly be focusing on that part of your career. And that's tough for a young kid. And again, I don't know if that was the case with Chance at all, but speculating.
Yeah.
But I mean, prayers to everyone involved. Hopefully they're both happy about it and ecstatic. And
because that happens. People get divorced and are very happy and still very cordial and, still do a great job at co-parenting and raising their kids. So, Chance doesn't strike me as a toxic individual.
No.
I don't know, what the situation is with his ex-wife, but I think that, it'll be a healthy co-parenting thing.
Yeah, Louis C.K. said, never say you feel bad for someone that got divorced because no good marriage ever ended in divorce and they're both thrilled.
That's a fact. Put that in the museum.
Unless you're the guy and you have to give up half your assets. But
yeah, they did say the details of, what she's asking for were not disclosed yet. So, once that becomes public.
His 3-hat collection?
Oh, my God. It was her idea. She designed it. That's coming in.
Her favorite number. That's her angel
her
number.
favorite number, that's her nickname.
God. We've seen that in the past with some divorce of like women whether actors or musicians that they were like the muse and like they deserve.
Oh yeah.
Didn't Amber Rose just try
I was the inspiration. Mm-hmm. She said she A&R'd My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
I believe her.
She might be right.
Yeah. I believe her.
It was confirmed that when they were making Monster, she did say there's this girl Nicki Minaj that you should get on this. So I don't know if that's like a full A&R credit, but
I believe her.
You was,
It changed the record, changed the album.
One of the best verses that's ever existed.
Exactly.
What else do you think Amber A&R'd on there? Her own diss record? Blame Game?
Probably.
Think she was feeding Chris Rock those lines?
I mean, I just think it'd be funny if it comes out that if Kanye be like, nah, she really did. I think people owe Amber an apology. Like,
sure.
Now, it sounds
women
crazy
make the best A&Rs.
It sounds crazy because you don't look at Amber like, oh, she's somebody that knows about music. It's like, as long as she went in there and she said, no, you should do this, and then they actually did it and the album became what it is.
Yeah.
Did she not A&R the? No?
Well, there's more to being an A&R than just making a suggestion of what to do with features.
I'm saying throughout the entire process, if she's there with Kanye.
I feel like if she cleared a sample, then I'll give her that.
She didn't clear a sample. I can promise you she didn't do that. I can promise you Amber didn't clear a sample.
Because I feel like we're giving the listeners this false impression of what A&Rs are. Because everyone on Twitter thinks they can be an A&R because they like 2 Chainz before he popped. So they're like, yeah, I mean, like, that's all A&Rs do is just find people.
Well, I mean, LeBron can be an A&R, so can you.
He's literally
is an A&R. He's taking time off with the Lakers to go back.
Oh, that's what he's doing. He's working on it.
Yeah.
The Deluxe? You think he's working on
Deluxe?
He worked on Lana, you think?
He definitely worked on Lana. He called Ben Stiller. That's a fact. He saw him courtside at a Lakers game. Was like, yo, I got this Lana project.
This album's too good.
He's speculating that Braun. I think they saying that Savannah might have found the burner phone.
Oh, please.
All kind of shit. I just think that he wants out of LA,
It was
man.
not a surprise. That's not that. He's done. He's sad ass team.
Came back and have 9 dunks. You ain't got more.
Yeah.
Oh, he came back? He played?
You guys are
okay. I didn't know
the more basketball guys than me, but I saw that headline and then I saw him playing like the next day and was like, is this a rerun?
He had to go to Germany to get that plasma. Get that plasma ingested in.
They turned his TV off?
Yeah, they had to get the plasma in the knees, man. Get some more air in those knees.
That's so fucked up of all the speculations. When he said that, they were like, oh, Diddy, Jay-Z, now it's LeBron. Yeah. It's clear now. It's like,
people are crazy, man. People are absolutely crazy.
Well, I guess I'm glad he's back. And hopefully we'll have new music
Lakers
soon now
suck.
that he took a weekend off.
Fucking Lakers stink.
Well, look what you guys did with your 55th pick. Could have drafted better.
55th pick.
Could have drafted better.
Yeah, that's what got us fucked up.
Put
right?
up 30. He had a big night the other night.
Who, Ronnie?
Ronnie put up 30.
Yeah.
With the Lakers?
Hell no.
With the Lakers?
That's why I was like, what the hell? Don't tell me that until he does it with the Lakers.
That would have been on every fucking, are you kidding me?
I mean, the
G
League one.
I mean, 30 in the G League is not bad. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I just don't think, he's ready to be the 55th pick. But other than that, any sports updates before we get to voicemails? Christmas is coming. We're waiting for those numbers.
We didn't talk about the Yankees lost Juan Soto.
I mean, do we need to?
I mean, I thought they was going to keep him, but he was asking for a lot. He was stretching it. Pause.
We'll be all right.
Yeah.
But we got Cody Bellinger. That was a good pickup. And then page 6 threw in some little gossip that had me a little fucking worried.
Important gossip, though. Sometimes gossip is important. You need that.
We're still talking sports.
Yeah.
We're talking about locker room chemistry right now.
Absolutely.
We're not even trying to be gossipy. This is still man sports shit that we're talking about right now.
Take your clubhouse, by the way.
So Cody Bellinger, I did not know about his wife because I particularly do not give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Her name is Chase Carter. She's a model.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, allegedly, she dated Stanton before marrying Cody Bellinger.
Yeah.
Now, we don't know what dating really means. Like, maybe he just beat one night or if like they were in a real relationship.
Well, here's some little more.
This just gonna get messy. This might be worse than Jeter and A-Rod.
Carter, who married Cody last December, has 2 daughters with him. She had a 2-year fling from 2018 and 2019 with Stanton. That's pretty. These years are bumping on each other.
Yeah, there's definitely some overlap.
There's some overlap.
Stan probably still has some cleats in the garage.
I'm imagining that she had to break it off with Stanton because she got pregnant.
I didn't want to go there, but I was going to bring up maybe there was some type of conversation with this overlap on whose kid was who. But
wait, why you say that?
Well, look at the dates here.
Yeah,
they line up perfectly.
Down to the 9 months.
What dates?
In December.
No.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, look at you. Your math.
Yeah.
I'm seeing the 2019 MVP.
Yeah, exactly.
She married him last December, which means that they've been together.
It still doesn't necessarily.
Nah, the theory's wrong. You can say it.
Well, when did they have the 2 daughters?
Well, yeah.
Or she has 2 daughters with someone else.
How old are the daughters? That's what matters.
She has 2 daughters with Bellinger. I don't know.
Okay.
That's what matters.
They just got married, but if there's 2 daughters, that could be 4-5 years there. Could be some overlap. That's all I'm saying.
Either way,
I don't think this is that big a deal.
That locker room was going to be very interesting.
She's hot.
Is it that weird though?
Yes. What are you talking about? Yes, it's weird.
That is weird.
It's weird if you come in here with a girl that I dated, let alone we play for a team and we travel and we in hotels and got to practice and play games
To
together.
me,
Yes.
that's
But she's like married with 2 kids now.
I guess
It's still, I understand it's not like, but it's still like, yo, my ex is like your wife, like you have a family. It's weird at it's all, not say weird. One would put weird on it. It's a little
uncomfortable.
It's a little uncomfortable, a little awkward air in the locker room. So it's kind of one of those, if Cody walks in while the whole team is there and Stan is there and they all talking, once Cody walks in, everybody's quiet. It's like that type of like, oh shit, like are they're gonna have words? Is he gonna shake his hands? He's gonna say what's up to him? Like, it's like that until Cody is cool and be like, yo, we ain't gotta be weird or awkward, bro. Like, I know y'all dated, like it's cool.
Well,
but
one of their kids was born in 2021.
Okay,
so there's no real overlap.
There's 2 kids.
So the one of the other kids could have been born?
Could have been born after or before that.
Really, it's like you're trying to force this. Like,
I'm not forcing it. It's a story.
I think there's more of a mess in like, I'm not just going to put it on the NBA, but in locker rooms where it's more so crossover with hoes and like IG chicks that they actually like but pretend they don't like, and you find out that guy also fucked, than it is with this. Like,
yeah, she's
married.
A wife.
Like if they dated for 2 years and he didn't do no like foul shit to her or anything, they dated for 2 years and then she moved on and I met her. Like, my wife wouldn't have dated someone before me.
The only weird part is now that they just share a locker room.
I think this is a way less awkward situation than some of the messy crossover dating that happens when you're not in a relationship.
Baby, look like Amara.
Listen, I've been in close proximity to athletes, like becoming teammates that one of them dated the other one's current wife. Like, it is an awkward thing.
Were they white?
No.
And this is important.
No.
The reason why I say that is because I always, like, with my white friends, they never seem to care
White people
about.
don't care.
They don't care about stuff like that
At all.
Like,
would you consider me a white friend?
no.
So I'm just a white
Like, actually, and honestly, you don't really care like that either. Like, I feel like they just.
Oh, I wouldn't care.
Sex is not as important to them. Yeah, like, oh, you guys were dating. Like, they move on fast.
I
Like,
care about shit, but to say I would think it was nuts if my wife that I have 2 kids with dated someone before, like, not no crazy fucking wild out smut shit that you was running through a locker room. You dated a guy for 2 years and it didn't work out. Like, that's life.
But
I wouldn't care about that.
What Maul
but if
is
she was
saying-
getting smutted out by the whole infield, yes, this white friend cares.
What I think Maul's point is that they have to kind of be like bros now. Like we on the same team.
We're teammates, literally teammates. Like we have to have this bond and this chemistry with each other. That's the way successful teams happen. We have to like each other to a certain extent. We have to have each other's back on the field. You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta like
I think it's more awkward. I think it's gonna be more awkward for her
and her.
Yep, I was gonna say I think it's gonna be more awkward for her up in the new like family and friends section because Stanton probably has a new girl because baseball players don't stay single for long.
He's only focused on the game.
It's definitely
never
gonna be awkward
for the women.
Baseball.
That's not true.
I've seen it. I'm telling you, they get along. Women, they don't listen when it's millions involved. Women get along. They had cordial. It be the niggas in the locker room fake staring at each other.
I'm saying for her, she comes in the locker room with her kids, whatever. That's somebody she used to date for 2 years too. So there's actually something somewhat was there. You guys knew each other for 2 years. Yeah, that could be a little awkward of how to handle it and not make sure your partner feels awkward.
That's all I'm saying. It's gonna be awkward. It's just gonna be a little awkward.
I think for her and Stan, it's way more awkward than it is for him.
I don't think, because what if her and Stanton broke, like, what if they shit ended on some, like, you know, they don't like each other? It's not awkward at that point. If you don't like the person, like, you can't stomach seeing them, like, yo, this piece of fucking shit. It's not awkward for you.
I would
You rather just not even see the person, like, yo, he's a piece of shit. Like, I don't even want to be around him. That's not awkward. Awkward is when it's like, damn, we was cool, we kind of like ghosted each other, and then now you pop up and you're married to my teammate.
You're
like,
in my locker room.
That's when it becomes awkward, because it's like, damn, we didn't even like.
That's awkward though.
That's when it's
that's
awkward.
That's not this situation, I don't think.
You don't know if they ended her and Stan ended on some
No, I'm talking
healthy
about
shit.
the ghosting, and then you popped up married with my teammate. He just got traded there. They've been married for a while. They have 2 kids. There's been mad time.
Yeah, but what if her and Stan didn't end on some toxic shit? What if they still, you know?
First of all, I don't think the Steinburners would ever bring someone on the roster that would do something like that. I think Stan is an upstanding citizen, and it ended amicably and respectfully, and they're probably still friends.
Yeah. No, they're not still friends. They ain't cool.
Yeah, if it ended weird, that would be awkward. And then my toxic brain would be like, all right, why you still feel a way about him?
As the current husband?
Like, if you hate him so much, you still disdain him.
Yeah, I don't trust. Like, if you hate your ex, I don't trust you.
But to me, that's more self-sabotage. Like, I probably shouldn't feel that way, because if he did something foul, like, and again, we're not talking about anything like sexual assault, or leave that out of here. Just foul, like he was a piece of shit, like cheated, whatever he is.
Yeah.
If we've been married for this long, we got 2 kids, and you're still fuming over your ex in my locker room, my self-sabotage brain is gonna have a problem with my wife. Like, why are you still so, like, you've moved on. This is, of course you were mad at the time. I would never be, that makes total sense. But we've been together for this long. We got kids and shit. What the fuck? That is triggering you?
Would you hire a new engineer, and if he walked in here with one of your exes and that was his wife and he has 2 kids, would you still like give him the job?
Hold on. Give me the scenario. So
we need a new engineer.
Okay.
Right? Like, damn, bro.
Can we just use Peach like in the scenario?
Okay,
No.
It's way more fun if it's Peach.
But it's nobody you don't know. You don't know him. You don't know him.
Fine,
You don't. You know of him.
Okay.
You know of him. You've seen some of his work. He's worked on other shows. Like, nah, this dude is dope. Like,
Okay.
you know, and it's like, yo, we're gonna interview him. He's come in, interview, great guy. We like, yeah, man, nah, we gonna hire him. Like, then like fucking holiday time come around, he walks in the door. He's married to a girl, like your ex-girlfriend you dated for 2 years. They're now like married with 2 kids. Does he still keep the job?
100%. I'd feel awkward and would want to know how to handle that.
I'm not Jack.
In a mature way.
You can't fire him.
This also
I
isn't
wouldn't
one of
know.
the jobs where like the women hang out. Like in baseball, she's gonna be at the stadium. She'll be with the team. Like
Kids.
She's gonna be there. The kids will be there.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to see her though.
Which I'm saying that's worse when
all
like the kids and the women are involved. If he hires someone here, you're not gonna see her ever. She's not pulling up. It's just gonna be him.
Why would I fire the engineer?
I don't think you hire somebody that's
Maul, you
married.
might be tender. You think you tender? You.
Are you trying to go viral? Let's do it. So you think
Me calling you tender is not gonna go viral.
You think I'm tender? Why I'm asking a question. I'm asking him because he's saying like it wouldn't be awkward, and I'm on the side of I think it would be awkward.
No, it would be awkward, but it wouldn't.
Huh?
Of course it'll be awkward.
I would feel awkward because I would want to handle it to not make it awkward. Like, they're married.
I don't think there's no way to make it not awkward.
It's not like they're just fucking.
Why y'all
and
just
it was someone
can't?
I was fucking.
They're
married.
Why nobody want to disagree with that? It's always going to be awkward if a dude is married to your ex-girlfriend.
No.
and y'all work together. That's what are you talking about?
I think you can get over that if you don't care about that woman.
I'm not saying you
she's
can't
married.
get over it. You can be over it, but it's always going to be an awkward.
Fire him? Like,
No, I'm just asking, what would you do? Like, would you hire him?
does he know that we used to date?
Yeah.
Oh, then I'd have that conversation with him to let him know, like, yo, all good. Just want to, if there was any tension in the air, like,
Yeah,
have that.
please don't have that. That's
I
worse.
would think about this before. I just got to ask this question.
That's worse.
But
I would sit down. I would ask.
It's
I would ask
always
Brandy,
gonna
our
be
lawyer.
awkward. It's always going to be awkward. Like, we got to agree to that. No matter what, it's always going to be if
Nah, I think if you have
even
a
if she
conversation,
does, even if she's not around a lot, anytime she does come in here for the engineer because they got to go somewhere, like after he gets off work, go to dinner, she meets him at the studio.
What
like,
if they cool and they friends? What if she's friends with her ex? Like they were cool, they were always friends.
With Rory?
No, I'm talking about with this situation. But yeah, with Rory, like she's cool. They were cool. New boyfriend come in, but y'all were already cool. I don't think that that's awkward. Like,
yeah, I don't think it's.
we broke up, we ended it, whatever. You knew I got, like she probably,
So you saying if Stanton and Bellinger like cool?
no, if she's
cool with Stanton.
she's cool with Stanton. She was always cool with him. Like they broke up, but they're still like cool. She went, got married. He knows she's met. Like there's no way this dude came onto the team and he was like, oh, he's married to my ex. No, he knew they were married. He knew they've been together, knew the kids. Like they're probably cool. That's why I'm like, it's probably not even a thing. I think we're
See, like how you said earlier, I'm on the opposite side of that. You said if your ex is still like fuming and furious about his ex, you like, nah, he must still got some feelings. I'm the opposite. If y'all still cool, I feel like there's room for like flirtatious shit to happen.
Okay, well, cool doesn't necessarily mean they fucking like hang out and go on friends dates or text.
No,
like they're
no,
just
of
like
course not.
if they happen to run into each other, it would be
A
what's
hug
up?
and a,
Cool?
yo,
Yeah,
what's
like how you
up?
been?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's just being grown. That's adult shit.
But to
Like,
me,
you can
that's
be cool.
cool with an ex. Like if you see them as love, but not like your text buddies and like you guys go out.
She still follows him.
I don't really
You're
care.
not jacking that.
I don't
That's
really-
lame. I'm
yeah,
not
I
about to
don't really
unfollow
care.
my ex that I'm cool with. I'm just gonna unfollow you. What the fuck is the point? Why I'm doing that? That's pressed, bro. If you unfollowing somebody, if every time somebody
But women do it though.
you
Doesn't
see
follow.
somebody, yeah, because they're bothered. You see somebody like, and they ignite a passion in you, like you just so mad, they still have control over your emotions. I don't want nobody having control over my man emotions but me. When you see her, it should be like, yo, what up? Yo, it's nice to see you. Good. That's it. Like, or if y'all cool, y'all cool. If y'all have a friendship, y'all have a friendship. But somebody getting you so upset and you shaking with rage every time you see them or you triggered, that you haven't healed from them. And that I'm good on.
Because I feel like you've probably been in the situation where
This
a
is
girl you've
so
dated
funny.
that
Sorry.
ended okay, but she went on and got a boyfriend, posted whatever, you end up unfollowed or blocked. You like, what the fuck?
That's definitely
that's-
happened to me.
And you probably was like, that's weird. Why the
You've
fuck
come
would you
on
do that?
here and said that was lame and weird.
So yeah, so what?
No, I
so-
agree. I'm not disagreeing with you.
So it works on both sides. Like if she still follows her exes, I think it's weirder if you have to go unfollow all of them when we get together.
Yeah, nah.
Like
that's
now it's like, why do you need to do that?
Yeah.
Is temptation that crazy that you can't even see their photo?
Yeah, I
But-
get it. Either way, it's gonna be a little awkward at the stadium this coming season.
What if the engineer told me that, he had to go out after we record to see his wife and kids, whatever, pick them up. And then I just all of a sudden was like, yo, I want to do 2 episodes today.
Cancel that.
Yeah.
Cancel your plans.
Yo, it's
Tell
our
me I mean? All right,
anniversary.
cool. I'll make sure we leave here 2 hours after that.
That's fucked up.
And then text her like, damn, your man doesn't put you over his work.
Yeah. Now Rory
That's
Rory definitely do some shit like, yo, tell him to be at the office early tomorrow, all right? Tell him
I wouldn't, oh my God.
I can see it. It's in you.
I wouldn't, it's not in me.
Yes, it is, man.
I actually wish I had more of that in me. I don't have that in me.
To be like, yo, tell him I said
Yeah,
it.
I don't.
You can't do that.
No, I
That's
wish
that-
I had that type
Yeah,
of
that's
shit.
nasty. You can't do
I'm
that.
just not that person.
Julian, we got voicemails?
Yeah.
You've got mail.
Why you smiling, man? I hate when you smile. Don't smile at me.
I can't smile. What the fuck? No, I just found out something really funny about Stanton.
Oh.
I think we're Eskimos.
Oh my God.
Yeah. There's such a random person that he follows. It's very funny to me. All right.
Hey guys, what's up? So I had a question about how to maneuver after this situation. So I became friends with this girl back in June and became like super close friends, went over to each other's houses, accompanying each other everywhere, gym, everything, whole 9 yards. And for my birthday back in November, we were supposed to go see a concert. And it was supposed to be me, for context, I'm 27, she's 33. And so it was her, me, her son, who's like 13, and my little sister, who's 17. Fast forward to that week of the concert, my birthday, she says, hey, can you take me to LAX after the concert? Keep in mind the concert was in Anaheim, so it's very different locations. And I first said yes because she put me on the spot. Then I changed my mind. She got mad and she was like, well, can you at least take my son to the concert? And I said, I don't feel comfortable with that responsibility. And she got mad and said it was messed up. So unfollowed me on social media and like isn't talking to me anymore. So I see her at church every now and then. I see her sisters at church. So like, what am I supposed to do? I don't know what to do. Like, I'm done with that friendship, but what do I do moving forward in terms of if I see her around or her family around? Thanks, guys, and thanks for everything.
She unfollowed you because you didn't feel comfortable taking her son to the concert with you and your little sister. You said you didn't want to take her to LAX from Anaheim.
So that's deep.
That's a push. Yeah, she finally figured out you're not a friend. I think that's what that is. Like, she was like, yo, you don't, all right, if you're not comfortable taking my son to the concert, so I can just go straight to the airport instead of it happening to go to the airport after the concert.
I would do that for a friend. I would take their son.
For sure.
In a
especially because you were going anyway, and like you saying a responsibility, he's 13. It ain't like he 18 or 2.
Why I've been quiet and thinking is we don't really know about this 13-year-old son. I'm on the side of the information we have. I would happily.
Yeah. What if he's a YN?
I would take.
What if he was wearing a shiesty? What concert was it? See, no, we need more content.
That's why I was hesitating because we don't know enough about this son yet.
Yeah.
Like, this son could be fucking nuts.
Taking a 13-year-old Rolling Loud is crazy.
That's a lot of responsibility.
Is Rolling Loud?
No. I made that up.
All my friends' kids, luckily I know they're crazy, but they're not nuts. I would take them to a concert, but I don't know. I mean, what if this kid is out of his fucking mind?
What if he's a shooter? What if he got a shiesty on?
And she had her daughter too, right?
She had a
little sister. I'm sorry.
Sister,
yeah.
What if he's been fucking rude before and like she doesn't want her little sister around him? Like,
well, they were already going to the concert all together, so
anyway,
that's not true.
I think,
but that's different if the mother is there to control her fucking son. Now I'm responsible.
Why are you painting this kid like a terrorist?
Because he was a terrorist. That's what.
Yeah. Or it's like, what if he brings matches and lights the whole place on fire?
I didn't even give a peep at the Heartbreaker tour when my mom took me.
Heartbreaker. What were you going to do at the Mariah Carey show?
Hope Jay-Z comes out to do his Heartbreaker verse.
Yeah, I think she just realized that, all right, we're not as cool as I thought we were. We were not as close as I thought we were. You don't want to take my son to the concert that you're already going to with your little sister. You don't want to, you reneged on taking me to the airport.
That's far though.
Yeah, but don't agree to it and then renege. And then on top of that, after the renege, because you were wrong, renege.
That's how people say it. That's why I don't. There's so many times I want to use that word because it makes sense in context and it's not that other word, but I'm not.
Reneged.
It's not nig, it's negged.
Yeah. No, we say nigged.
Yeah, we say renege.
I've heard everyone use
and we call people you're.
Yeah.
What's that like when is that blackface?
It's blackface on blackface. It's like if I was
It's a black spade.
Yeah.
Nice. Wait, so I'm confused on the airport.
It's when you didn't have your book straight. And just fucking aspect.
On the airport situation.
It's a black spade.
She said she was gonna bring her and then said psych. Or
that's fucked up. And again, I agree this is all fucked up. I just think there's more to this story than what we've got, and she doesn't want to say that kid is a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
I think Maul's right though. She's just not like willing to go to the extent of being the type of friend that this woman thought she was the type of friend.
Friends go out of their way for each other. Yeah. So she didn't want to go out of her way to go from Anaheim to LAX. She didn't want to go out of her way and take the responsibility of chaperoning her son at the concert. Like, so the other girl probably felt like, all right, well then you're not really my friend. Why are we speaking to each other? Why are we hanging out? Why am I following you on social media? Like, we're not as cool as I thought we were. So I mean, I can understand that, but I would like for her to call back and let us know who was performing. What concert was it? Because if it was like Blink 182, then it's like, you know,
you gotta go.
Can we Google who's performed?
Well, we don't know when this.
It has a date on the voicemail, no?
Well, the call versus when it happened.
Rory wants all the past concerts in Anaheim in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Pull it up now.
6 days ago, I'm sure we could figure it out.
Who performed in Anaheim in the last 2 years?
But she wanted to know what to do to her with her now.
Yeah, because she said they still go to the same church. They're still going to see each other in the community.
Ask her why you did that and what you're feeling away about.
No, she says
she know why she did it.
She says she was done with the friendship. She doesn't want anything to do with the friendship. So she's like, "Well, what do I do? Ignore her the way she's ignoring you and blocked you. She's already said she don't want you in her life." So
the girl said that.
Yeah. Well, she blocked her on everything. So I would assume you don't want me in your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, but girls do that just out of like an impulse when they get upset. Like you have a conversation an hour after that, and they realize they was tripping.
Yeah.
You know, manipulation.
I get it though, man. Listen, you know, it's over. Simple.
Yeah. Just ignore.
And now think of it this way: you don't have to have that crazy 13-year-old child in your life.
Fuck that kid.
And you don't have to drive to LAX from Anaheim.
It's not that long of a drive.
It's like 40 minutes.
It's the same way from driving probably from West Hollywood.
Hell no.
Depending on what time, it'll take you 45 minutes from West Hollywood.
Oh, I agree. And I'm saying from Anaheim, that shit'll take you 2 hours.
I mean, if it's traffic, yeah, but typically it's like under an hour.
That's deep, but
it's 4:28 right now, and Julian just looked it up and it said it's only 48 minutes in traffic.
No, because right now
it's 1:28 there.
Yeah, which is like the least traffic time. That shit is an hour and a half, depending on what time our flight was.
Yeah, but after a concert late at night, it wouldn't have been that much traffic.
Fair.
You probably was catching a red eye.
Fair. I mean, either way, set your boundaries with your friends early. I will do anything for my friends except help them move. I would pay for the truck before I would help you fucking move. I'm just not, that's one of my things.
I'm curious.
Not helping you move.
Do they have a friend group or was this just like a one-off friend situation?
I think it was just a one-off friend situation.
Because then it's like who gets the group, who gets the mutuals, like where does the line get drawn? If it's a birthday party, if it's a dinner party, like what do you do there? Church
breakfast
event?
After.
Yeah.
Which fold-out table do you sit at?
Yeah.
Have y'all ever been through that where y'all had to give up a friend group because y'all stopped being cool with one of the friends in the friend group?
Like a group chat, or just like the whole circle,
the
of
whole
friends?
Crew.
Yeah,
I guess so.
Yeah, it's a lot
but
of people.
Not anything that I was like, oh fuck, not the whole group, anything but the whole group. Like
you was okay with it? Yeah, I stopped talking to a bunch of people. Like I'm just like, yeah, nah, I'm cool.
Do we have another voicemail?
Yeah, there we go.
My name is Maddie. I'm from Connecticut. So I just had the weirdest experience, and I just want to know if this is some New York shit and also about cell phone etiquette. So I randomly went to a wine liquor store the other day, and I just wanted to run in and grab a bottle of wine. And I was on the phone with my friend, whatever, I'm on the phone with her, and I get my bottle of wine. Somebody comes up, asks me if I need help. I say, no, thank you. I'm still shopping around. I go pay. A man comes from the back of the store to interrupt the call, to interrupt the transaction I'm having, to go, oh, we asked that if you're going to interact with our staff, you not be on the phone, and pointed to a no cell phones thing. I get it. I understand it was rude, but it's like if I was screaming on the phone, things like that. I was literally just on the phone with my friend. So long story short, but not really, I was like, so you don't want to do the sale? And I just walked out. So because I'm petty, I left a review on Google Maps, and he sent this nasty ass review back on Google Reviews, and he was like, so essentially said that I yelled at him and I didn't yell at him. So now I have.
Well, you're yelling now.
Number one, how should I plan my vengeance against this store? Number two, what is cell phone etiquette in 2024? And everybody's on the phone. And number three, should I let it go? And the name of the place is Free Range Wine and Spirits on Atlantic Avenue. Look them up. He's an asshole.
He's an asshole.
So this was all about to kill a small business and use our platform to do it. After you yelled at him in his face when you were on the phone.
She definitely yelled at him.
Trying to kill the mom and pop small business.
P's just looking at it right now.
All right, while you're looking that up, I guess if it's on Atlantic, then
here it is.
Can you read it? My eyes are too bad.
Yeah, I was on the phone. This is from a week ago. I was on the phone and talking to a person I was buying wine for. As I'm not a big wine drinker, I was attempting to buy a bottle of wine and I was debating getting some nips for myself at the register. Before I could order, a man came from the back of the store to pointed to the no phone sign and asked me to get off the phone.
Since when can you not be on your phone in a wine store?
Weird.
That's fucking
What the
wild.
fuck
That's
is that?
wild.
Wines at a
Like, I think everybody's kind of like, we reading this shit, acting like this is normal. I've never even heard of this before.
Same.
Like, what is that?
You said, I don't know how my being on the phone impacted my ability to pay, so I left. Edit.
Oh, read the response
Okay, so
first.
here's the response.
Wait, what was that edit up there though?
Well, you gotta.
Because that comes after this.
Gotcha. Okay.
Who is this?
Man,
The responsible
this is
owner?
from
He says,
the owner of the store.
God damn.
nice try, Madison. You had already selected your wine when you came to the counter. So at this point, your only reason to be on the phone was that you felt like it and couldn't be bothered to respect the humans in front of you. This is
Go
stupid.
fuck yourself.
I calmly pointed at our signs. I calmly pointed out our signs, asking you to not be on the phone at the counter, and said that if you'd like to interact with us, we'd appreciate it if you'd get off the phone. At this, you immediately yelled at me and huffed out. Was our request really that hard for you? I'm sorry that you don't have enough respect for our little shop to follow posted signs, but it's on you if you really don't understand how rude it is to be on the phone in the face of a retail worker. We require a minimum level of common courtesy to shop here, and you failed the most basic test.
Jesus Christ.
We were glad to see you leave and laughed about it afterwards. If you'd like to shop here in the future, you owe an apology to our team, but given your tangent at being addressed calmly and respectfully, we don't expect to see you again, which certainly works for us. Good riddance, Jack.
Jack tore her ass.
Okay, this sounds like
right.
those
4 plus 4
wine, like organic wine, hybrid wine stores in Brooklyn.
Jack,
I can already see
This
the
is
window
definitely
looking
this is
into
definitely a
place.
vegan wine store for
Yeah.
sure.
So then she made an edit replying to his reply. Edit for reaction below. Was expecting a sassy response given the history of reactions to other reviews. Smoked.
Yeah.
No one yelled at you. I said, oh, so you can't do the sale, and walked out. I'm curious why everyone else got a sassy, witty reply and I got a lie. They should fight.
Now, listen, Jack did have a great response, but let's go to like the root of this entire thing. If I'm on the fucking phone and I'm not like being obnoxious or screaming, don't tell me to get
Bro,
off.
I've never heard about this before. Not being on
Okay,
my-
look, there seems to be some evidence that supports our caller with some
There's
negative
something
reviews.
very wrong with these guys. Here, scroll up.
Well, here's another one. Annoying
Jack-
workers, very unpleasant experience.
Jack just sounds like an asshole.
Jack, so this woman wanted cold Prosecco, and they said, what's wrong? Just buy this shit and put it in the fridge.
That's sick. you don't have a fridge?
Oh,
And
wait,
I mean,
this
I
is really
get like,
funny.
I get stores having like boundaries.
Not
but
happy with the vibe of this place.
Owners, knowledgeable staff are like unhappy drones.
I want to go
Special
here.
occasion bottles of wine to be bought here, but it's not worth the rude customer service you have to endure to get them. Buying alcohol is supposed to be a fun and light experience. Will never be
Read the
returned.
response from the owner. Here's Jack again, clapping back.
It was the height of the pandemic. I wonder why everybody wasn't super happy all the time. A real mystery. Thanks for your compassion.
Jack,
and understand it.
I know we're on everyone else's side, but Jack's clapbacks is all right.
Where's this
I'm
at?
not even mad at Jack, bro.
This
It's
is,
on Atlantic in Brooklyn.
Free wine,
We should go.
free range and wine spirits.
Let's go and ask for Jack.
Free range
Tell
wine.
him Madison
Free
sent
range
you.
wine.
But we got to walk in there with the old school cell phones. The bridges.
Now,
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Like, yo, where's Jack? They go Jack. That's
I wonder if
definitely
that's
Jack.
Jack.
That's
Yeah,
definitely
look
Jack.
like Jack.
100% Jack.
100%
I don't know if
Jack.
it's illegal that we're doing this, but that's Jack for
That
sure.
is
If it's
1
not,
million
still-
percent
Oh, look at
Jack.
that
That guy.
smug fucking face.
Oh, that's definitely him.
Oh, he's a fucking asshole.
That's Jack. He has
wearing
diesel
Merrells?
He has diesel sneakers on. That's
Yeah.
Jack.
God.
But what I will,
And
what,
a
I,
shirt to a band he doesn't listen to. It just looks vintage.
what I will say is this:
Got a nice selection. though.
if I own a business, my rules for my business are my business. You are free to not shop, but if I have a sign up that says no cell phones because I want you to pay attention to my work, because me personally, I don't disagree with him that it's rude to be on the phone when you're talking to retail workers. I do think that that's rude. I get it that we do it all the time, but I'm not mad at somebody for asking that
Okay.
you don't do
In
that.
situations like if you're shopping for clothes and you need to tell them certain sizes or have a conversation, I agree with you. You should have some respect.
But if I found the bottle I want and I'm at the register,
if I put a bottle down,
scan the shit. Let me
scan
go.
it. Here's my card. We don't need to speak.
I'm not gonna hang up just for you to scan this bottle and then call my person back to finish our conversation.
You don't even have to hang up. You could just say, hold on, and put the phone in your pocket and pay.
AirPods.
Out of respect, like when I get in the elevator, I will make sure I'm not on the phone. That annoys me too. But if you're paying, it's not like she was on the phone and was asking him, is this from New Zealand? What year is this? Like being that annoying customer that needs so much help, but also having another conversation. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
If you got a bottle, you put it down and give your card. What do we need to speak for?
Listen, man, looking at these reviews, it's Jack.
He's the problem.
Jack.
It's Jack. Everybody's this place is so rude.
Well, they have a 4.1. That's not awful.
But like every single 1-star and every single complaint has to do with them being condescending or rude to the customers.
Also, the only happy people on earth during the pandemic were liquor store owners because they were making more money than anyone. Don't tell me you were unpleasant, Jack. You're probably still eating off 2020.
She said, stopped in about 15 minutes ago inquiring about a bottle. The guy behind the counter legit acted like I was bothering him. Blew a $200 purchase. Looking at some prior reviews, apparently, I'm not the only one who had this issue. He goes, this is Jack?
Yeah, he claps back. And
Harold. Just as the website says, that item is out of stock. We couldn't have possibly sold you a bottle we didn't have. Further, our in-store system is separate from the website, which is why you were told that what it says about stock Junior on the website is accurate, which it is, showing out of stock. I'm sorry for the miscommunication, but if you prefer to hear about rare whiskeys when they arrive and have access to our rarest bottles, which are not on the website, rather than hate us forever, please feel free to sign up for our email newsletter.
So you can talk to me all the time.
Jack, it's over.
And Jack sounds like a hypocrite because he wanted respect from the woman on her cell phone, but it sounds like he's an asshole to every customer.
Yeah.
It's not like he's some go-lucky, happy guy that's like, oh, we want to create a great environment, so get off your phone. We love the community.
Somebody said, avoid this place. Zero customer service. Will never buy there.
I just put my foot down recently at a coffee spot by Kia. My favorite coffee, the first coffee I ever had. The owner is the only guy that works there. It's like an inconvenience every time I come in there. There's no one in there. He treats me like an asshole.
Horrible service, annoying and rude staff. Jack replies, we agree. You were annoying and rude. Happy holidays.
I don't know. I'm kind of fucking with Jack, yo.
Oh, I'm fucking with Jack. It's just, he's running an awful business.
Yo, we gotta go fuck with Jack. We gotta get the old cell phones.
No, we gotta run up on him for our Patreon subscriber.
Yeah, but I'm just saying we gotta go in there and just, be rude and then buy bottles.
All right, so she asked for advice on how to spite this spot.
Oh, what if it's one of those new spots where you're supposed to be rude on purpose? Like,
no, they're not selling oxtails.
Like
this guy's just a smug piece of shit.
Yeah, like, when they be like, come in and they just, like, the waiters are rude to, like, what the hell do you want?
Eat it, bitch.
Yeah, like, shit like that.
Like that.
Jack doesn't seem like that type of guy.
I'm just saying, what if that's the type of spot he's running,
She was asking what she should do to spite the spot. Atlantic that would be a public sidewalk, correct?
Or rock through that window. Piss her shit on the sidewalk.
She could just let it go.
No.
No. God, no.
Never let it go.
Y'all are
This is going to be a lifelong grudge.
I found his LinkedIn. Oh my God.
Jack is the ops. Jack is the ops.
It's him.
It's definitely him.
Yeah. That's like the same shirt.
He posed for that fucking pic on Google Images.
That's the ops. That's the ops. Maddie, we gonna ride for you.
I think she should set
Jack.
up a fold-up table in front of that spot because it's Atlantic Avenue, it's public sidewalk, and take all her meetings and work from home on her cell phone in front of that spot.
Open up a call center outside there.
Yeah.
Make a bottle, start curating your own bottles of wine and then sell them outside his store. Do free wine tastings and then sell the bottles outside his store. Undercut his prices.
Yeah, his spot is called Free Range Wine. You could just open up.
Just say free wine.
Free wine right in front of his.
There's got to be a streaming farm version of calling one number. Just do that to their landline.
We should call Jack.
Has to be on the phone.
Call Jack right now.
We should call Jack.
I'll call him.
Let's see if Jack answers.
Call him right now. Fuck Jack.
Can you plug him in?
Do you allow cell phones? That's my one rule when it comes to buying wine. I have to be able to be on my phone.
I'm literally gonna say. That's exactly. I got this. This is gonna be great.
Do you have white Zinfandel and can I be on my phone?
Free range.
Hi, I just have a quick question. Is this Jack?
This is Derek.
Oh, is Jack available by chance?
No, not at the moment.
Oh, he's not. Okay.
Is he on his phone?
I might come in later, but it might be in the middle of a call. Like I work late sometimes. I'm planning on coming in after work. Is it a problem if I like shop around and just like happen to be on my phone while I'm in the store?
I mean, it's favorite thing, that's for sure. In fact, it's probably one of our least favorite things.
Oh,
Derek,
why is that such a bad, like, I'm just curious. Is this like, did something bad happen? That's why I'm asking, because I know you have signs involved.
Signs involved.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, are you on our newsletter? Do you get our newsletter? I'm sure you've seen some stories about it.
We're big newsletter guys.
Definitely not the optimal way to be helping people, for sure.
If I go in, know exactly the bottle I want, grab it, run to the register.
If you do that, well, why don't you order ahead then?
Order ahead.
Ready for pickup.
Put you in a pickle.
From our website, we'll just have the bottle ready for you. I mean, you just run in, grab it, and run out.
These guys are
That's
good.
probably the easiest.
Can I be on a Zoom call if I do it that way though?
Okay. Yeah, then they might want me on camera too. And
Can I take my Skype call?
All right. Well, thank you.
What's your Wi-Fi so I can bring my laptop?
Do you guys have?
You have a hotspot? You have a hotspot?
Who's this?
Derek, what are some of your favorite things since that's not your favorite thing?
We wanted to call and give Jack a hard time, Derek.
Sorry, Derek. No, you're great. We just haven't heard it. You're a new character in this development. We've only heard about Jack.
Time I should pass on.
I'll call back later. You've been great. Jack, on the other hand, we'll get to him later.
We love his business plan.
We love you though. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Luigi says hello.
All right, bye. Have a good one.
Jack is the next CEO.
He's the next CEO to go.
This is awesome.
Luigi says hello.
Because there's something very similar about denying health coverage and denying cell phone usage.
That's like the least favorite thing you could do in here. What the?
That is crazy.
Yo, but he was so
You said that's
sweet.
kind of like on our list of not to.
It's like the whole thing.
Isn't that kind of like the job when it comes to retail though? That's the gig. You have to deal with people.
Yeah.
It's customer service. Like people are not always going to be kind.
Fuck Jack.
He said, yo, I got to take my call. He said, yo, why don't you just order ahead?
Nah, he smoked the customer service. He smoked the
We'll have it ready for you. Just pay and go. Damn.
That
okay.
is funny that he's stuck
But
with
what's
that.
the difference between that? We saw how big that wine shop is. It's not that big. If I just grab the bottle on the phone and do the same thing, what's the difference?
It's no difference.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what the fuck?
That sounded like Derek thinks
Can we
that rule is
find
bullshit
the
too.
no cell phone sign?
If I scan around, let's see if we can find it.
She posted it, right?
I don't think so. It might be by the
I
register.
feel like in one of those reviews it was there. Wait, how is
Whoa, he's
Jack is
behind
everywhere,
that.
man. He's like the butler in Mr. Deeds.
How did he
He
jump?
just appears in every place.
Yeah.
How is he right there now?
He's moving the camera that he's setting up. Like, yeah.
Yeah, he literally set these up by himself.
Nah, that's definitely Derek behind the lens.
Derek.
Hilarious.
This is all.
This may have been.
It might be
pre-phone
outside
thing.
on like a little chalkboard thing, like in front of the
That
store.
is fucking hilarious.
Let's go outside here.
Yeah, right
Oh,
there.
what's that right there?
What does that sign say?
And first of all,
Oh, shit.
Maul was right, like with it being vegan wine, but not so. I know free range chicken. I've never heard of free range wine.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
means
you're
the
just like
soil-
Are the grapes?
combining-
The grapes are not in containers.
yeah, the soil is not like they don't use like animals to fertilize the soil.
Oh, I thought free range chicken meant they had space and weren't like shitting on top of each other. They could run on the range before they were slaughtered.
The grapes, like
They just have a little more
So-
room to wiggle.
So is that what it means with the grapes?
Huh. The bottom's like the street signs.
Yo, is y'all really looking for this no cell phone sign? If we can't find it, neither could our caller, man.
Yeah,
Give her
fuck
the
that.
Yeah, we're on her
out.
side.
Hey, Maddie, we gonna ride for you. Don't trip.
That shit is hilarious.
Yeah, it's on site with Jack.
Oh yeah. Just the eyebrow raise.
Yeah.
What if it's that sticker?
He put a produce sticker on his Apple monitor.
He's quirky.
Yeah, no, Jack outdid himself. This could have been a great place.
Yeah, could have.
Yo, it could have.
Only if we can use our phones, Jack.
There's got to be some baggage. I wish Jack answered, not Derek. There's got to be a reason.
I'm down to
Like,
call him back.
did Jack's ex walk in on the phone with her new dude? There's got to be a reason. You just don't do that.
Maybe he was afraid to get. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's a I'm afraid to get robbed thing.
What?
Like you walking in on the phone causing a distraction. Like I don't know. It's distracting. He might be autistic
Homie said that's our least favorite thing.
because that's overstimulating.
Me being on my phone?
Yes. If I'm going to ask you for your ID and you're on the phone talking to somebody and there's music in the store playing, that is an autistic person's nightmare.
All right, well, turn the music off.
For your phone call?
Yeah.
No, you can get the fuck out.
No, you're right.
Okay, but what would be the difference if they were talking to you while asking for ID?
That's because that's completely different. If you're talking to me, we're involved in one conversation. If I ask you,
We're
for
not in a
your
conversation. You put a bottle down and we're going to do a currency exchange.
ID, no, you do. You ask for ID. I'm assuming. I know he asked for ID.
Oh, for sure.
There's no way Jack's not asking.
Yeah,
right.
he asked for
He
ID.
has
Not
an
only does he
entire
ask-
lockbox
yeah.
of fake IDs that he submits to the
takes
post office
pride
every
in
year.
confiscating fake
Yeah.
ID.
100%. He locks the door and calls the cops if you have a fake ID. I know that face. That face right there, he can't wait to lock that door and have the cops come get you with a fake ID.
100%. And even offers to go down to the station if they need any more
I'll give a
help.
report. I'll give a report, sir. You need me to shut the shop and follow you? I'll go.
Yeah, the cops are annoyed at this point, the amount of times he calls.
Yeah, Jack. Count your days.
Yeah, we don't like you.
Oh, man. Well, Maddie, thank you for that. We will be paying Jack a visit on your behalf. Slam some bottles of white Zinfandel on the floor. I don't know.
We got to DM Maddie, let her know the time too.
Yeah.
She got to roll with.
Absolutely. All right. What we got coming up? Holidays? Oh, no. We got one more episode before the holiday, right?
We're still
We
working.
got one more.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. I'm tripping. I thought.
You want to make fun of me? Did you guys see this yet?
I saw you post it on Twitter.
Maul, I'm way more curious about what you think.
I didn't see it. Wait, I'm looking. Okay. Conair, man. Titanium cutting blades.
You're not even cutting.
Yeah, the whole thing I'm cutting.
That was a nasty smile.
Yeah, that was kind of gross.
Oh. Oh, God.
Oh my God.
Wait.
All right.
This has been another episode, man.
That's
You
just
came
an
in here
even
with your
below the
beard cut
belt.
and everything. You didn't tell us you fucking waxed your chest.
I didn't wax it. I cut it. I didn't wax it. It's a part of the shoot.
Well, congrats on your Conair commercial.
You know what's
Aaron.
funny? I'm sure he feels violated because they made him do his pubes, but it didn't make the cut. So now he's wondering why he had to do that.
Coochie ball.
It's for the director's
In
personal
the shower.
stash.
In the shower. he had
Page's
to do it.
favorite shot was the
It's the motorcycle. That one.
the Fu Manchu.
Oof.
This is gross.
What made you laugh that way? Like, what did the director
A lot
do?
of inappropriate comments off camera. Thankfully, a lot of these aren't audio, or else they probably wouldn't.
How much did they pay you for this? You gonna tell me?
Not on camera. No, I'll tell you. That's
Okay.
It's fine. But I'm on Amazon. If you guys want a trimmer,
dope.
That's me.
Yeah. Like
Nah, I get
code?
no points. I get no points.
No points.
then
Well, it's
then
not
fuck
like
them.
it's a
I'm not gonna
modeling
push
job. It's not like a sponsorship.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
If you sign up to be an Amazon associate and put the link in your bio, then people will click on your name and click it, and you would get paid.
Oh,
per
I have
sale.
one of those. I should do that.
Yeah.
Instead of just being a piece of meat for the director.
Right. Have some fucking respect for yourself, Julian.
Piece of
Ask
meat.
for equity in all razors moving forward because you cut your beard. But this was fun. We will see you guys soon.
Had a great time.
Fuck Jack.
We'll talk to y'all soon. Be safe. Be blessed. I'm that nigga. He's just Ginger. Happy holiday.